energy is vibrating with energy and inner power. I am motivated beyond belief. I am reconnected to my true self. I am living a life of control. I am a god in this reality. I radiate sex appeal and confidence. I maintain supreme impulse control. I am always calm and relaxed in all situations. Confidence is my true birthright. My features are legendary and desirable. I have bulletproof social confidence. I am capable of anything I set my mind to. I am proud of who I am and what I do. My willpower is always stronger than any temptation I encounter. I resist all temptations as they arise. I take pride in the way I look. I am comfortable in who I am. My passion for life is alive and well. I release the past and focus only on what I am creating here and now. My dopamine stores are replenished more each day. Joy is returning to my life. I do what I must to achieve my goals. Every day I get more and more happier. My eyes are seductive and mesmerizing. My masculinity allows women to be more feminine when in my presence. Others see me as powerful and self-assured. I am dedicated to achieving my goals. I forgive and love myself, even if I encounter what is considered a failure. My goals are what is most important to me. People admire me for my strength of character. People are attracted to my positive and inviting energy. I let go of all cravings. My confidence is rock solid. I need no one's approval and do whatever I please. My voice is powerful and I speak with authority. My eye contact shows my confidence. Women are attracted to me each day. I am proud of my physique and appearance. I can lead any social interactions if I so please. I am irresistibly attractive. I am focused on what is important. I make daily progress towards my goals. I am growing for the better. All women are just naturally attracted to my charisma. All women can feel my sexual energy when they are near me. All desire for old habits is gone. I am free. I hold myself to the highest level of excellence. I can and will improve. I succeed because of my self-discipline. I choose high energy and affirm my success in life. I succeed because of my self-discipline. I choose high energy and affirm my success in life. I am living a life free of temptation. Sexual control is my true force of strength. My energy is vibrating with energy and inner power. I am motivated beyond belief. I am reconnected to my true self. I am living a life of control. I am a god in this reality.
God needs to be reawakened within man. He was born with power and wisdom. With a powerful spirit and fears no one. But his uncontrolled desire for pleasure got the best of him.
Then the time come for you to be your own man and take on the world, and you did. But somewhere along the line, you changed. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. Changed.
But I'm the best ever.
Welcome to Man's Superpower. Feel your power, bro.
That's right.
Let's go. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Welcome to Liberation. Welcome to Nofap. Semen Retention. Personal empowerment for men. Welcome to Men's Superpower. I am your true brother from another mother, David Hughes. I have with me my honored guest, and he's no longer a guest. He's a man in the house. He's our brother. Boss at home. What up, son?
What's happening, brother? How you feeling?
Man, we're great. It's good to have you again. It's good to be on with you once again. The few interviews we've done have gotten a great response. I've been asked to bring you back and to talk about whatever we talk about. Masculinity, manhood, and all that. If you are here, you're not here by accident. This has been ordained because when I speak, I change lives. And this is not egotistical, bro. This is knowing who I am. This is knowing my gift. This is knowing what position I occupy on this earth. This is knowing my anointing, my empowerment. This is knowing my calling. This is knowing my gift. When I speak, lives changed. Souls are healed. Minds gain clarity. Ways are made. Energy changes. Atmosphere shifts. When I speak, when I step into a place, this is why I must speak. I must speak. I have to talk to you. I have to talk to the world. I have to talk to other men. I have to speak because I've been anointed. I've been empowered to set the captives free, starting with me to set myself free and every other man that I meet. So you're at the right place at the right time.
That's right.
You are on the right path. You are on the right journey. The journey of self-discovery. Don't go nowhere. The journey of self-love. The journey of self-empowerment. Stay on this journey. As you come in, like the video, like the live, comment, share it with a friend. You know a friend who watches porn. You know a friend who needs this. You know a friend. So share it.
That's right.
Tonight we have something special for you. We're gonna take some time, let a few guys come in. We have about 6 guys in the house. Guys, give me a few more likes. We will be talking about relapse management, damage control. That is really how to make a relapse work for you. Everything in life can work for you. Everything negative, any adverse situation can be turned into a positive and productive one and beneficial one. This is the science of transmutation, the alchemy. So through mental alchemy, you can change your mind about a situation and make it work for you. Now, we're not saying that it's not going to have pain. It is going to have pain involved and discomfort involved. But truth of the matter is you will be able to make the change unless you become the magician in your life, unless you become the scientist in your life, unless you become the mystic where you take unfortunate situations and turn them into fortunate ones for yourself. Your life will never change. You have to do that. You're the magician. You're the one with the magic wand.
That's right.
You're the one who can do that. A lot of men have recovered from porn and they have elevated themselves. Nobody I mean, they may have gotten ideas and help from individuals, but eventually you're going to have to do the work. And so we're here tonight to teach you, to share ideas and insights on how we have managed to lower our relapses, which how we have managed to progress on the journey of Nofap and semen retention all the way to this point now where we are the ones doing the work, helping young men get on the journey, stay on the journey. So you're at the right place. If this is where you are right now, you are meant to be here. We have something good. So like the video as you come in. What's at home? What have you been up to since our last show?
Oh man, I've been up to a whole gang of stuff, man. Last time, since I seen you last time, all I've been doing is brainstorming and figuring out a way to build my empire. Man, I'm laser focused, man. I'm not playing no more games. The only thing that matters to me right now is accomplishing all of my goals. That's the only thing. And what matters to me the most is the reason why I want to accomplish my goals. Because it's all about motivation. If you're not motivated to do what you need to do, you are not going to get the results that you're trying to get.
Right.
So my motivation, I believe my motivation and others' motivation as well for other people should be, if they want to have that extra boost, your motivation needs to be something other than yourself. Like people that depend, or people that you love, or people that love you. I already know I'm headed down this road. I'm gonna be a major, big time success. At some point, I'm gonna blow up YouTube, and then outside of it, I'm also gonna blow up in the physical world. And when I do that, my empire is complete. Not even complete. Once it gets to another level where I'm able to, man, I'm gonna do all the things that I always wanted to do for the people that I love. The people that I got right around me, that's always been around me since the day I've been born. Some of these things I'm just now realizing now because of Nofap, the semen retention, and all of that.
Correct.
But I always had something in me. I don't know how far it goes back, but I remember long time ago I had something in me. I don't know what it was, but it just said, you know what? I want to take care of my family. I'm talking about everybody. Some people say, man, nah, man, I wouldn't be doing that. Well, hey, that's you. I'm telling you, me. It's something in me. I wanted to see all the people around me that been around me since I came into this earth. I want to see them driving whatever car they want, living where they want, taking trips whenever they want. And I know it's not all about material things, but I know money, because my understanding now, money is just energy. It's a form of energy. And so the more money I got, it's a tool. It's an energy tool.
Right.
It's an emotional tool. It's all kind of tools.
Right.
And that's one of the tools that I want and that I'm going to get. And I'm going to love my peoples, man. That's what I'm all about. Love, elevation. As far as my business, that's all I got to give. I figured out if I do everything with the right intention behind it, I got nothing but love, positivity, and abundance to dish out. So I know my plate is already full spiritually. I'm just waiting for this plate to manifest in the physical realm. And part of the way that it's doing it, I'm right here with you.
Let's go.
You started. I remember being on my edge of my bed that day when I think it was the first day I found your channel. No, I'm lying. Maybe it was the second day. I think it was the second day, because I had already found your channel maybe the day before. Watched the whole lot of it. The very first day I found your channel, I beat the very first day.
Yeah.
So on the second day, in the middle of me binge watching, I found a video, and it was something like, okay, the next level. Now that you on retention and Nofap, now what are you going to do?
Do something.
I was like, damn, you know that? I need to start a business. I need to start a YouTube channel. Just and going to popping ever since. Yeah, and I got a lot of other things that I've been going off into too. I just ain't talked about it yet, but it's coming into fruition. Basically, all I've been doing since the last time I talked to you is just building business relationships, getting clients, and just building.
That's good.
Trying to be a generator. I figured that out on semen retention too. Part of my purpose is to be a generator. A generator for positivity, generator for hope, generator for abundance. Yeah. And to be a good team player too.
Yeah.
I've always been a good team player, but now I understand the importance of being a team player. So that's all I've been trying to build relationships, cultivate relationships. Yep.
So it's good to have you once again, my brother. You are appreciated over here. It's good seeing you on Instagram all the time. It's good texting with you every once in a while, catching up with you. I love hearing your stories, just like I have new stories, just like we were talking offline earlier. Man, things have gone up for me. Listen, bro, listen. I'm more focused, clarity level, the manifestations and the ideas, the creations, the contacts, the self-containment, the peace, the confidence, the magnetism. Look, man, I think my girl has got her challenge, because when we're in public, young, old, men, women, they look up and say hi. They look for my eyes and say hi. You know how you're walking with a woman sometimes, everybody's looking at the woman. And you can outshine that any day, because really, once that semen retention, once that glow is on you, once that magnetism is on you, you will outshine a 10 any day.
Yes.
Because you're the one with the deep voice. You're the one with the presence. You're the one. Philly Cheese said he just subscribed to your channel, because I have you in the description. Like I've been seeing creators do. They put the guest in the description, and then people just click on there. It opens, and this
Hey, shout out to you, Philly C. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Let's go talk to the people, man. Let's go to the room and talk to the people. Who is in the house? Say who's in the house. Roundtree, welcome back.
Brother Roundtree, salute.
Yeah, welcome, Roundtree. Why do I feel an anxious feeling in my gut? I'm not anxious or afraid, though. I'm on 40 days of SI. Yes, sir. Your unconscious mind, your unconscious fears, your unconscious anxieties, your unconscious anything, whether it's low self-esteem, whether it's self-hate, it's unconscious fears seeking to surge up, seeking to surface, because you are sitting on so much energy. Here's what I want you to think about it. It's pure. It's like pouring Drano into a pipe. It's melting and pushing anything that was clogging the pipe out. When your energy rises on 40 days, when your energy rises, your unconscious negative emotions and unhealthy emotions are forced to come up to the surface. So they're coming for you to talk to you. They're coming for you to resolve them. They're coming for you to work with them. And I can use the chakra system to help you understand that. Your sex energy sits in your sacral chakra, which is the second chakra. So and that's your sexuality and your creativity. As your energy goes up, that area gets strengthened. But that's also the seat of a lot of hurt and pain and trauma, because all those are basically sexual energy. Then that's what the bottleneck is. And your next chakra is your solar plexus, that's where your willpower, your personal identity, and your courage sits. And so as the energy expands, as your energy grows, between your sacral chakra and your solar plexus, your identity and your creativity, your self-understanding, there's a lot of negative thoughts and ideas and conception of yourself and conception of life and fears that lie dormant, and the energy is pushing them out. And the anxiety usually comes in the form of a palpitation or a throbbing of your lower abdomen. Tell me yes or no. It's a palpitation either on the left or on the right side or at the center of your lower abdomen. That's your second chakra. That's your sacral chakra. So let it do its things, because as that happens very soon, a lot of negative emotions are going to come up for you to deal with it. This is where now I call you're entering the second stage of semen retention, which is the labor stage, the emotional labor stage, where you are now, as you keep the semen, very soon you're going to bump into a lot of negativity that's inside of you that the pure, stronger energy is pushing out. You're going to have to deal with those emotions.
It's a process, brother. It's a process.
Yeah, it's a process. You're good. You're on the right journey. Let's hop over and John, confirm with me if you're if you heard what I said, if you're still here actually. Ready? So let's talk relapse management. So I've developed damage control. Hang on a second. And so there you go. This has come as a result of not only my own personal struggle on the journey, but also the many other men, the many questions I've had on my channel, whether in through email or on videos. And I still belong to a lot of groups, Nofap, Semen Retention groups on Facebook, where I would just go and provide information. Sometimes I'll drop a link to my video, or when I go live, I'll drop a link. But I just go and answer questions. Man, there is such a misunderstanding, or actually a need for understanding. That's better. There is such a need for understanding when it comes to a relapse, or when it comes to this journey of Nofap and semen retention. It seems every time a man relapses, it becomes this soul-crushing experience. It becomes this thing that it's almost like he hates himself afterwards. And it has come to my attention. One day I realized, okay, you know what? If I'm going to produce a guide or a video series or a video course, I think a guide to relapse is going to be the first one that I give attention to. Because when you look at it, the journey is really made of retaining and relapsing. I know you don't want to hear the relapsing part, but it's reality. You're going to relapse, baby. In fact, it's a necessary evil in a sense, because unless you relapse, you may not know how to gauge your progress, as we're gonna see. But by way of introduction, I realized, okay, you know what? I have to put something together. I have to spend a lot of time helping these guys, creating videos and lives, leaving them on YouTube so future guys can go and find them. And I have to give all the information that I have. I understand in my research about relapse and how to have the right perspective, the actions to take as a relapse prevention during a relapse, which sometimes you probably won't know what to do if you're already in the process. Your prefrontal cortex has shut down. You're gonna do the thing. But post-relapse, how do you recover? How do you move on quickly enough without all the psychological and emotional damage that we tend to experience, that a guy tends to experience on the journey? What do you have to add to that, bro?
As far as me personally, I think that relapse management is definitely, it's like a 911 emergency, kind of like you said. And I think the way to get over a relapse is twofold. I think it's physical and it's mental. And I think that once you have a relapse, you got to do those two things. And I mean, you got to do them immediately. The first thing I would say, actually, the most important is the mental part. If you didn't already relapse, it didn't already happen, the glass of milk has been spilled, there's nothing you can do. You got to convince yourself and believe that in your mind. Hey, I relapsed, whether it really doesn't matter how or why. You relapse, it's over. Get it in your mind that you have to move on and tell yourself, I'll do better next time. I know how I feel now. Don't want to feel like this again. And you begin giving yourself, feeding yourself those positive affirmations. And on the other side of that, you start getting the protein in, get your eggs in, get your steak in.
We're gonna see that.
Get what any food that's full of vitality. Get your lemons in, get your oranges in, banana, strawberry, all of them, and stay on it. Get green veggies in, get your raw kale. I like raw kale personally. I know some people don't like it because of the bitterness, but I'm at the point now. Sometimes, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I'm just saying
Everything raw. Yeah, everything raw. Everything raw. Everything you just said, minus the lemon.
That's where it's at.
All day.
And I think that's the big thing that'll help us too. With damage control, is if we don't wait until we have a relapse. If we constantly, sometimes, of course, we're going to eat what we want. Yeah. But what matters is what we do the majority of the time. Even if we take 51%, 51 is more than 50. If 51% of the time we eat healthier and eat those things like the kale, the spinach, the ginger, the beets, all of those things, nuts and seeds, when we do relapse, it won't be as bad because we already laid the damage control.
It's about lifestyle,
we
baby.
We living our lives of damage control every day.
Hey,
damage.
There's a reason we're here talking about it. There's a reason we're here talking about it. I mean, I love feeling high on energy. I love feeling robust. I love feeling put together. I love feeling dynamic in my body. And so I recently picked up this little thing here and put all kinds of the kale in it, of course. The bananas, the strawberries, the oranges, those are phallic fruits. Those are fruits that go straight into your testicles. They go and produce massive amount of semen. We need to let you know. We're going to see that in this presentation. We're going to let you know what you need to do. Remember, we've been on this journey for a few years, and we have accumulated a lot of understanding. Really, what we're sitting on is understanding and insights. And we know how to move about the place. We know how to move. And so here is an important idea. We know how to move where no matter what the situation is, we always come out on top.
Yep.
You understand? We always come out on top. Because we've learned how to move.
That's right.
Let me text this link to a couple of guys.
Critical. That's very critical.
And so if you're here, you are meant to be here. Any regulars in the house, I wonder why I'm not hearing these comments. Hang on.
is better than zero. Isa says 25 days on semen retention. Any day is better than zero.
Yes.
That's
Any
right.
day is better than zero. Isa Zil, good to see you in the house, man. Good to see you in the house.
Salute,
Welcome
Isa.
back.
Salute.
Welcome back to the house, bro. We're going to be talking about damage control, the science of relapse management. Yeah. Okay, so I don't know what's going on. When I get the chat, if I don't hear it, I don't know I got a chat. So I used to hear it. I don't see any reason why I am not hearing it right now. Who is in the house? Any regular in the house? Any regular in the house? Say hi.
Shout out to all y'all out there. Salute. Salute. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's go, guys. And so, after so many questions and so many misunderstanding, I decided to. I've been doing actually a few lives. I've done a few lives on relapse, and I think I still need to do more because there is still more to be said about how to understand a relapse. And if you can get that cognitive reframing, if you can reframe your understanding of a relapse, you know, this journey would actually change for you dramatically, because I know it did for me.
Yes.
I know it did for me. So let's go. Welcome to Damage Control, the science of relapse management.
Yeah.
So now here is an impact statement. Here's an impact statement. Truth is, you can only make progress towards a successful recovery one relapse at a time.
True.
I know you don't want to relapse, but that's not up to you. Until
That's right.
way later, that's not up to you. So this is our impact statement. Truth is, you can only recover successfully one relapse at a time. That is, you can only, if you learn from each relapse, that's the way to a successful recovery. We're talking about cognitive reframing. We're talking about reframing your understanding of the journey, your understanding of a relapse. We're gonna have some working definitions. We're gonna define some terms so that you gain a better understanding. And so, truth is, you can only make progress one relapse at a time. It's like saving money in the bank account. You can only have $1,000 by saving a couple of dollars at a time, whether it's $10, whether it's $100, whether it's $50. But I tell you, bro, the people who wait for a big lump sum to save money never save money. I'm gonna tell you, bro, I didn't start to really save money and really feel like, look at my bank grow, until I realized 10% of everything that comes in, until I began to save 10% of everything that came in. That changed my financial situations. Because you know what I used to think? I used to be like everybody else. Man, I'm gonna wait for a big payout so I can save money. That doesn't happen. And it's the same, we can apply the same principle to a recovery process. I don't know what deliverance you're waiting for. I don't know. And I used to think the same thing too. I don't know what payoff you're waiting for, but that's not gonna come. You can only recover one relapse at a time. You can only make progress one relapse at a time. The way you handle a relapse will determine how you recover, how soon, how quickly, how powerfully, how strongly you recover.
Whoa.
The best you make, it depends on how you treat a relapse. If every time you relapse, you feel like this is something undesirable and you hate yourself and you need to make a new decision and you're in that distraught state and that depression state, well, needless to say, you'll stay in that state for a long time. Much longer than a guy who's done cognitive reframing, longer than a guy who's reframed his understanding and his perspective of this journey. So this is our impact statement. So now let's work with some definitions. Let's define some terms. Let's define some terms. You know, sometimes what causes an argument is not that you're saying something totally opposite than the other person. No, it's because there is a confusion to a working definition of terms. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about? And have you had that experience where after 30 minutes of going back and forth with the person, you two suddenly realize that you've been saying the same thing all along, but just using different words, using different expressions? And so that's one of my practices, one of my habits. If I'm talking to you and it seems like we're not getting each other, I'm like, okay, let's go back to basics. Let's go back to the drawing board. Let's define terms. Let's define terms. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about? Once we have some working definitions, then we can move forward towards a conclusion, towards a resolution.
Definitely.
So let's move on to, so we have our impact statement. Truth is, you can only make progress towards a successful recovery one relapse at a time. Keep that in mind. So let's define some terms, right? Let's start with addiction. So what is an addiction? We're working our way somewhere. Okay, we're going somewhere. What is an addiction? An addiction is simply an urge to do something that is hard to control or stop. It's a compulsive behavior. It's an addictive personality. It's reaching for that forbidden fruit. It's being unable to hold your hand back from touching that fruit, and your body seems to have a mind of its own, and it's gonna go and get it regardless what you think, regardless of the amount of willpower you put out, regardless of how strong you feel, your body will go and get that thing. Almost anything enjoyable, almost anything pleasurable has the potential to be addictive. And why? Because the brain loves dopamine. And anything enjoyable, anything pleasurable releases crazy amount of dopamines, like ice cream, like comfort foods, like shakes, like candy, like soda, like Coca-Cola, like Pepsi. Anything pleasurable, of course, like sex. Anything pleasurable, anything that delivers high levels of dopamine, anything that helps to make you feel good has the potential to be addictive. Okay?
Yep.
All right. So PMO, a lot of times, young fellas come on and they're like, what is PMO? Because either they have not seen the term, they have not heard it, they've only been hearing porn addiction or masturbation or orgasm. They have not heard PMO. So PMO stands for porn, masturbation, and orgasm. Basically, it's everything that encompasses you going in your room or wherever you do the deed, pick up your phone, pick up your laptop, go watch whatever you watch, pull out your wee-wee, use the Vaseline, and pop a load. It's everything that happens in that process. We just put all these words or those three major words into one bundle, and we get PMO, of course, porn, masturbation, and orgasm. So when we say PMO addiction, that's what we mean. We mean including the porn, including the masturbation, and including the orgasm, including the search for the good feeling, the search for the high levels of dopamine release. It's the totality of what you do in relationship to porn addiction, or relating, I meant to write, to porn addiction.
PMO is heavy.
Yeah, go ahead. Say something, bro.
I'm saying the PMO thing, now they finally got this term for it, but it's been going on long before they had a term for it. This is like the excessive ejaculation formula right here. 1, 2, 3. It is. You are going to fall into this. Anybody who says, "Oh, you know what? Nah, I can just watch porn here and there," I guarantee you may get away with it for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Some people don't even have the composure to the last 5 minutes. But if you play around with that, you are going to fall right in the head. It's only a matter of time.
Yeah.
Matter of time.
And so when guys ask about edging, touching yourself, I'm like, please don't, because you're just playing yourself.
Yeah.
You're just setting yourself up. You're just stimulating it. You're just building up for a powerful release later. That's all it is.
That's all you're doing.
That's all you're doing.
That's all you're doing. Oh man, goodness gracious.
You're just building yourself up for a powerful release. That's all it is. That's what you're doing. Okay. And so we got addiction. And addiction is an urge to do something that's hard to control. It's a compulsive behavior. It's a compulsive attitude. It's a personal, addictive personality in you. Right? We got PMO, porn, masturbation, orgasm. Now, Nofap, because we talk a lot about Nofap, right? We talk a lot. We mentioned Nofap a lot. Lots of videos. Bro, I did a search on what is called vidIQ or TubeBuddy of the word Nofap. Millions. I don't wonder if I should believe that. It says millions of videos with the word Nofap in it.
Goodness gracious.
I don't want to believe it, though.
Wow.
But it said that, though. On YouTube.
Unbelievable.
So Nofap, remember now, Nofap is also a trademark. It belongs to an organization. We can use it, but you can't put Nofap on a shirt right now. If you go on Teespring, what is it called?
Yeah, Teespring. Yeah.
Okay, you can't put Nofap on you can't put Nofap on the T-shirt. It won't let you process it. It'll scream copyright infringement to you.
Wow.
And I have a brother, Classic Obas. I don't know if you came across Classic Obas. Classic Obas rented on that fact. He was like, man, they done copyrighted Nofap. Now you can't use Nofap to do anything, but you can use it. You can say it. You can write it down, but you can't get it on anything that's copyrighted or like for your own ownership. But
wow.
I mean, even so, like I'm sure somebody came up with it. I mean, you know, we know fapping, but somebody came up with the combination. So if they decided that they wanted to copyright that, and so it's that's why it's a movement. Nofap is an anti-masturbation movement. Supporters say avoiding masturbation for prolonged periods improves their lives and sexuality.
Definitely.
So there are two parts to Nofap. The first part is it's a movement, because that's how it started. It's a movement. It started as it's still a movement. It's a movement. It's a movement. We're just saying, me and Boss at Home here talking to you, I'm motivating you. We're pushing the movement forward. It's a movement. We're mobilizing you. We're saying, let's go. Let's get on Nofap. Let's get on Semen Retention. It's a movement, baby.
That's right.
It's more than just a quiet practice. It's not your some of the mystical orders out there where it's quietly secret orders. You quietly go and join. No. It's an open, loud movement. We talk about it. We let other people know about it. We let other guys know about it because it's so good. If it were not for Nofap, we would not be talking to you right now. We would not be behind this camera. We would not be here. We would not have all this set up here. We would not. We would just be jerking off. We would just be depressed, having our brains fogged up, being confused, discombobulated. That's how we would be. And so, first of all, Nofap is a movement against masturbation, against jerking off, against releasing that good juice, baby, releasing that good semen, right? And the second part is Nofap usually means also no porn. Mm-hmm. No watching, no touching, no pumping, nothing, you fool. Just let your wee-wee hang out in your pants by itself. Don't put your hands there. Yeah, I was having fun putting that together because that's exactly how I would say it to somebody, you know, and that's how you create. You're interacting with your audience as you create. As I'm writing that, I'm like, your wee does not need your help, bro. Just leave it, let it hang in your pants by itself, in your briefs, in your boxers. Just leave it there. Don't touch it. Don't do anything unless you have recovered and now you no longer have PE, which is premature ejaculation. You no longer have ED, erectile dysfunction, and now you can have sex and you're ready to have sex with a woman, you know? When you have that 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. morning wood, like this morning, man, that thing was pumped, was bent. But I do have somewhere to put it and just turn over and I murdered that lady, bro. I mean, I literally, man. I just pull her, turn her around, and I mean, that thing was so hard. I mean, I'm saying crazily hard. And she and I were talking. And I talked about a woman who said that if she knew that she was going to have sex so often, she would not have gotten married. And there goes my girl agreeing. Like, I didn't ask her what she's agreeing to. Like, yo, when a man can't have sex, when a man can't do nothing, y'all complain. But now when his thing works and he has that stamina, and he's going long, all of a sudden she's reaching for my nipples and I'm like, whoa, why are you reaching for my nipples for? I ain't coming. I ain't going. Please stop reaching for my nipples. It don't matter. Because now, it's been too long, It doesn't seem like I'm stopping. It doesn't seem like that thing. And it's that look that you get like, oh my, like, you're freaking destroying me. It's a look that she gives you. And it's a certain things that she says. It's like, babe, like, you basically just You just tore me apart. So unless you're ready to do that, unless that's what you're ready to do, let your I gotta be honest with you, man. For some reason, my chats are not. I'm not hearing the sound of the chat. I don't know. I got on Nofap and now I possibly got a baby on the way. Shaking my head. That's my fault though. Hey, bro. Hey. Oh, that's Boy Genius. Dang. Hey, bro. Hey, you mess with that thing, you know, that's what's gonna happen. That's Boy Genius.
Shout out to Boy Genius. What's up?
Dang. Be careful. Be careful, bro. Be careful. And so don't that's what we mean by Nofap. We mean because edging is gonna cause you to jerk off. Okay? You edge, you're gonna jerk off.
For sure. Don't do it.
You watch porn and act like you're not gonna jerk off. You're just stimulating yourself. Very soon you're gonna jerk off.
Yeah.
You hear
Sooner
me?
than you think.
Sooner than you think.
Sooner than you think.
Okay?
I've been down the road before. Don't do it. Don't do it, bro. It's gonna be a big mistake.
Like I like to tell the guys, you're just saving it for later. That's what you're doing. You're saving it for later. You're gonna have a crazy, powerful one.
Yeah.
And you're gonna feel so drained too.
Yeah.
You're gonna be so drained afterwards. And so let's continue with definitions. Now, here's the good part. We're going somewhere. Relapse. So then, if Nofap is staying away from porn, staying away from masturbation, staying away from orgasm, then a relapse is when a person who's trying to stop a bad habit or addiction can make mistakes, feel bad, and start using again or start acting out again. This return to the habit is called a relapse. A relapse is common and normal and happens to a lot of people recovering from addictions.
Yes.
Okay?
And I think,
and we need to clarify something here, because I think guys on Nofap usually don't think of other addictions out there. They don't think of alcoholism, gambling, how do you call the food addiction? Gluttony. Gluttony.
Yeah.
Every crack cocaine, meth, heroin, every smoking, drinking, every addiction out there experiences relapse as well.
Right.
It's not only Nofap that experiences a relapse. Every addiction out there experiences a relapse. So you're not alone. It's a normal thing that happens anytime somebody wants to abstain from a bad habit.
Yeah.
That's all it is. You want to abstain from a bad habit. You want to stop doing a bad habit. You want to stop practicing a bad habit. So let's say you've been abstaining for 5 days, and on the 6th day, you do that bad habit, you act it out. That's a relapse. That's all it means. It means that you didn't continue the journey you started, or you had a fallout. So what would be the most logical thing to do? Get back on the journey, right?
Mhm.
That would be the most logical thing to do, to get back on the journey.
Yep.
But instead, we experience a lot of emotional turmoil. And it's crazy when guys relapse. I mean, tell us, boss at home,
Oh man.
how have in the past, when you relapsed earlier on, before you gained some insights and some understanding, how did that used to impact you? How did you used to feel? And when was the breaking point for you?
Man, to put it mildly, man, and this is to put it mildly, it would make me feel like a literal shitbag, man. Keeping it mildly, man. Totally sapped of all my energy. Brain fog on top of brain fog. Okay. Just feeling like, I don't know, guess feeling like I had all of the life sucked out of me, but not conscious on it. But when I look back, I guess subconsciously I did know it. Because look, I knew something wasn't right, but I couldn't put my finger on it. I didn't know that Desmo was wrong. I had no idea, you know. But once I figured it out, I think it was like stages with me. Because I figured the more you know about SR, the more you know about it, and the more you know when you just frivolously wasting your seed. Once you got that knowledge and you know, okay, I know this particular form of relapsing right here, I'm frivolously wasting my seed. And then you go and do that way, it hits you so much more harder. And you'll really be feeling terrible. Because you'll be like, you know what? It'd be different if I didn't know, but I absolutely know for a fact what I'm doing. It's ridiculous. And then you go ahead and do it anyway, and that's when you start beating yourself up. You're going to beat yourself up and say, damn, you know what? Something told me not to do this. I knew I shouldn't have did this. That's what you're going to say once you finally got a clear head, and you're going to be right. Because you knew that you shouldn't have did that before you did it. But like anything, just like the addiction, it might be a drug addiction. Somebody can be drug-free for 5-10 years, and then that one day they relapse. They don't just take like one hit or one drink. They binge.
It's a
drink,
binge.
They binge drugs.
It's a binge. It's a binge.
Yeah, they staggering into the wall. They can barely stand up after they've been sober for 10 years.
It's a binge.
You know? Yeah, it's a binge.
It's
and especially because you made me think about, I forgot who it was, but they said they was thinking about edging and all that stuff. Like, don't do it. Don't do it. Because you are going to regret. You're really going to regret it because you already know that you shouldn't be doing it. That's why you don't really want to do it. But the more you entertain that thought, it's hanging out in the back of your head. It's hanging out in the back of your head. One day you're going to say, you know what? Man, maybe I can just watch this video for a minute or two. I'll be okay.
Yeah.
And then a minute or two going to turn into 5 or 10. And then you're going to say, okay, I can watch 15 minutes. Next thing you know, bada bing, bada bang, you didn't relapse and you're going to feel like crap.
Yeah.
You're going to feel like crap.
A character, one of the inherent characteristics of an addiction is, well, actually the number one is self-deception. I don't know if you remember, before you admitted to yourself that you were addicted to porn, or if you ever went through that. I know I went through it, and I know my clients have gone through it. There was this phase of, I'm not addicted. I mean, I just love this. You know, that's the unconscious state. When you were unconscious about it, you're like, no, I love this. That's why I do it. I do it because I love it. I can stop anytime I want. Go ahead and stop. Can't stop. I think it must have taken me about a month or so when I began to look into Nofap and I began to read a lot of materials, and I was like, well, that's for somebody who's addicted, but I'm not, though. I just love this thing and I do it. Yeah, it seems like I'm losing energy. It has affected me, but I'm not an addict.
Yeah.
And so here's what happens also on the journey. Why most relapses are due to self-deception. The guy says, his mind says, I'm just going to look. I'm just going to look and play that video for 5 minutes. It's a self-deception. You ain't going to do it. Or I'm just going to edge and stop at the point of when I'm about to bust. You ain't going to do it, babe. You ain't going to be able to. Because here's why. Willpower is not what makes you stop those things. Because if willpower were enough and if willpower could make you stop, then you wouldn't have been addicted in the first place. So finding yourself with the computer and thinking you're going to back out is a long way from now. Now, you could do it because that's been part of my process, or that was part of my process, but it was way later. And I teach that to my clients too. Like, okay, no problem. If you can remember, when you have that computer open, if you can remember, just stop for a second and think to yourself, I'm actually interacting with the thing that destroys me. And as soon as the guy thinks that, he wakes up and his mind's like, yo, literally. And I've told myself that in my recovery. I was like, right now I have a movie open. The movie is moving and playing. I'm like, right now I'm destroying myself. Right now, as I'm watching this movie right now, I'm destroying my life. So the process of awakening in the act help the self-deception of nothing is going. So a relapse is a person who's trying to stop a bad habit and addictive behavior, and they can't. And they actually do go back and do that thing that they've been abstaining from. So if you are retaining, or if you're on Nofap and you relapse, whether you watch porn or you jerk off, it only means that you go back and did the thing that you said you weren't going to do. But then that's where it needs to stop. It doesn't need to carry with it all that emotional baggage and turmoil that I know I experienced, you have experienced, and every guy I've talked to and coached and consulted with, and all questions and comments that I've gotten.
Definitely.
You know, it doesn't have a Adelios Campos. Thank you for being here, man. The gems. The James Earl Jr. He just relapsed today. There you go. Thank you. He says watching this video is a must. Isa Zeal, if you know better, you'll do better. Bro, I don't know why I'm hoping that's not an update that takes the sound away. I'm hoping.
Shout out to you, Adelos. Salute. The James Earl Jr. Shout out, bro. I just hate it. So watching this video is a must. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Don't beat yourself up about it, bro.
Yes, sir.
But you gotta, you know what? Start telling yourself mental affirmations that, yeah, today I made a relapse, but from here on out, I'll be stronger tomorrow and every day after. Start eating those healthy foods. Get you some eggs. You definitely want to get those eggs up in you. Get you some eggs. Get you some steak. Get you some strawberries, bananas. Get you some kiwi, some kale, spinach. And eat those things every day, man. Or at least some of those things every day. The more of those things you eat on a regular, that's how you do a little bit of maintenance, a little bit of getting out in front of the relapse. by living a healthy lifestyle. That way, whenever we do have an inevitable relapse, it won't hit us as hard. And that way, and also when we relapse, brush our feet off and get right back up on the horse. It's just like a fight. When a fighter hits you with a good punch and knock you down, you're not gonna stay down. If you still got consciousness, you're gonna stand back up. Same thing with a relapse. You relapse today, now get it out of your head. Tell yourself that you're gonna be stronger tomorrow and stick to it. Eat healthier, have healthier thoughts, and then you will have healthier actions.
Amen.
That's a fact, brother.
Let's go with some more definition. Semen retention. All right, so semen retention is what it says. You hold that semen. Yeah, we're gonna go to the comments afterwards. We're gonna we'll take a break and go to the comments. We don't have any new ones right now. Yeah, I'm actually. Yeah, I can't. I normally hear them when they come in. They chime in, but for some reason they don't chime in, and they're coming in. So I'm like, I can't even hear them. So, semen retention is the practice of avoiding ejaculation. You can do this by abstaining from sexual activity altogether, of course, or you can learn how to orgasm without ejaculation, what we call NEO, non-ejaculatory orgasm. Okay? We do this to better our lives, our health, our mind, our psychology, and our finances. Bro, we have to be clear on the reason we retain. And I want you to understand that, because guys be coming on channels, mine, other channels, and talk about their relapse, their retention record, how long, but then that's where it stops. That's where it stops. Well, to me, if you're just retaining to retain so you can talk about it, then yeah, because really I'm all about sex energy transmutation. Take that energy and turn it into something. We practice semen retention to better our lives, our health, our minds, our psychology, and finances. Now, finances is the part, because to get our money right, we're going to have to do a lot of work, because we're going to have to do a lot of skill acquisition. And that takes a long time for you to acquire new skills and for you to turn yourself into a sellable and marketable product and business. That's where I am now. And it takes a lot of work, because really you're just making something out of everything that you have, which is not already organized. So you have to learn to organize it and turn it into a marketable, a sellable, a product that somebody will want.
Yes.
This is why I have this channel. This is why I preach semen retention and Nofap. It's to better our lives, to better my life, my health, my mind, my psychology, my emotions, and my finances. Because I got to be honest with you, bro, before, nothing has changed my life close to semen retention. All of these areas, health, my mental health, my physical health, my psychology, my finances. Semen retention.
Yep.
This is why I do it. This is why I do it. I know a lot of other men, this is why they do it. But there are some guys, you have to assign a goal to semen retention.
That's
you
right.
have to assign a goal. You have to decide what it means to you, what you're seeking to get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to decide what it is that you're getting out of it. You have to decide what it is it's going to do for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You got to be intentional. Very intentional.
Let's talk about brain rewiring. The rewiring of your brain is a result of neuroplasticity, which includes two parts. Neurogenesis, which is the growth and or the development of new brain cells, new neurons. Now, here is the part that we really need. Synaptogenesis, which is new connections between neurons in our brains. I put two between there, my bad. But new connections in the brain, that's how we recover. We recover through brain rewiring or brain reprogramming. And that is synaptogenesis. That is creating new pathways in the brain, creating new connections where the old neurons that used to think only on porn, that used to think only on masturbation and orgasm, that used to chase women only, that used to live the life of lethargy, laziness, depression, all those neurons connected to that old life, as you retain semen, as you stay away, you begin to create new connections in the brain. As you go in the world and experience real life, as you go and talk to real women, as you go and have sex with real women, as you interact with more brothers, as you get on a life purpose, as you get in the gym, as you work out, as you stay away from PMO one day at a time,
that's right,
you are creating new neural connections in your brain through synaptogenesis. You're creating new connections. You're basically teaching your brain. You're basically training your brain to make you a new man so that your habits now become automatic, so that your new habits become automatic, so that you don't have to think about staying away from PMO, where it becomes an automatic thing that you actually, it's harder for you not staying away. You understand? There will come a point where, depending on the level of rewiring of your brain, you will realize that it's actually so hard if I would even try to think of porn, if I would even try to go that route. It's easier to live over here now. Much, much, much easier to live right here than to go the other route. So
facts.
As you retain, you are rewiring your brain. Your brain is being rewired. And I like to see your brain is being rewired, first of all, to contain the new energy that you're accumulating. Second of all, to stay away long enough without that kind of activity. And thirdly, your brain is being rewired to refocus your attention on real life.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so I tell my clients and I tell guys, something is always happening. Because sometimes, a guy feels like, man, I'm not feeling anything. I'm not feeling like nothing is moving. I'm like, no. Something is happening in you. Your brain is being rewired as we speak right now. Because every day you spend without practicing a bad habit, your brain is rewiring to stay away from that habit because you didn't practice it. Remember, when you practice it, you strengthen those neural connections.
Yeah.
When you don't practice them, you weaken those neural connections in your brain. So your brain is that kind of person. We can use the statement out of mind, out of sight, out of eyes. What is it? Out of sight, out of mind type of thing. If you're not doing it, your brain is ready to forget it. Provided that you're giving it something else to do. Your brain is willing, and this is neuroplasticity. If you're not focusing on it, your brain is willing to forget it. If you can find something more exciting to do in your life, your brain is willing to attach itself to that and forget about the old stuff. Because remember, your brain is really looking for high levels of dopamine release. So if producing this show, putting this presentation together, interacting with people, interacting with my girlfriend, people in the world, and making things happen for myself, developing myself, if those things develop, release high levels of dopamine and make me feel good, my brain is like, well, that's what I need anyway. So we're good.
That's right.
So the more you stay away from porn, each day you pass without watching porn, each day you pass without jerking off, you are actually teaching your brain to discount those habits.
Yes.
And to put more emphasis and more focus on other healthier, more productive habits. And this is why I preach you gotta have a life. You gotta have some goals. You gotta have a dream. You gotta have some things to be working on. Because otherwise you would not be able to transfer the energy. You would not be able to transfer the personality, the addictive personality. You have to be able to transfer that.
That's right.
So for our purpose here, your brain rewires every time, every day you didn't watch porn and you didn't jerk off.
That's right.
You are compounding. Through the compounding effect, you are accumulating good results. You're becoming a new man, slowly but surely. You're becoming a new man every day and every time.
You said that compound. That's heavy right there.
Go ahead, bro.
Compounded interest. Whenever you talk about compounding, it's very, very, very powerful. Like you said, even though you may think, hey, nothing is going on. Oh no, something is going on. If you stand on Nofap, you stand on Semen Retention, you better believe something is going on. Yeah.
Yes.
One of the guys, I forgot one of the guys you said when we first came on, he was saying he was on 40 days and he was feeling this feeling in his gut.
Yes.
That's because his body's not used to holding that energy for 40 days, and it wants to get out. It wants to get out.
Something is happening. Something is always moving, bro. Something is always moving. I want you to understand that your body is an intelligence by itself. In fact, you don't operate your body. I hope you know that, right? Your body operates itself and helps you to operate you.
Goodness gracious.
That's why when it's time to go to sleep, bro, listen, there's so long you can stay without sleep at one, like one shot. There is so long you can hold that P for. There is so long you can hold that number 2 for. Okay, you heard me? There is so long you can go hungry for, because the body is an intelligence by itself. Just like the body heals itself, like we say, hold that semen, and that wee-wee is going to become like a steel pole very soon, bro, because your body knows what to do. It's an intelligence by itself.
Yes, it is. Goodness.
So every day.
We just along for the ride.
Yeah. We're just here for the ride. Let's move on with some definitions. Now, I've been talking about successful recovery. There's a reason why I call it successful recovery. I haven't really heard nobody talk about even recovery at all. People talk about kicking this habit, quitting porn. Those are the terms that they use. I use the term recovery because there's a certain perspective to it. When you recover from something, you don't forget it. You know it was the thing that held you bondage for so long and it left a hole in your heart. You have a relationship to it in terms of that thing. Thank God I'm recovered. But you don't forget it. So when people say things like, I can get you to quit porn. So basically the perspective is wrong, because the perspective is saying you're going to quit and you're going to wash your hands and you're going to move on and you're going to forget about it. Oh, danger is around the corner. because that's not how the brain works. You can't quit an addiction and forget about it and move on. That's not how it works. You recover, you get stronger, you get new knowledge, you establish new productive and healthier habits, and then you keep your eye on it. I'm gonna tell you, successful people who have successfully recovered from an addiction always know. They're like, hey bro, you wanna go out? Where we going? Well, we're gonna stop at the bar. We're gonna say no bar. I'm not stopping at the bar. Okay?
Yeah.
But he hasn't had a drink in 20 years. No, no bar for me, bro. No bar for me. Let's go anywhere else, but no bar for me. That's a guy who's recovered. Yep. He knows. But the way porn addiction or Nofap is talked about in the manosphere, it's like you need to quit. You're gonna quit. Once you quit, you're done. You forget about this thing. You move on with your life. Man, you're in for a rude awakening, bro.
Yes, you are.
You're in for a rude awakening. When our studies, our research, our understanding of what's out there. Now, this is not it, bro. This is not how. Salute, the Hashem 13. Give thanks back once again, brother of empowerment. Good to have you here. You're in for a rude awakening if you're thinking that you're just gonna kick porn addiction and move on with your life as though you have a different life. You ain't got a different life. It's one in the same life that you have. The life that you have is connected to PMO. The life that you have is connected to the obstacle in your way. I did a couple of lives back where I used the Obstacle in the Way book from Ryan Holiday to talk about that obstacle in your way. PMO is what has caused me to be where I am, because I had to fight to recover. And in the process, I found semen retention. In the process, I found myself. In the process, I woke up spiritually. In the process, I've had a Kundalini awakening. I mean, my chakras are aligned. In the process, I've become a beast. In the process, in the process, I have found my calling. In the process, I have found my spot in life. In the process, bro, I command attention. I command presence. In the process, 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 bro. Not at the end. Not at the end. In the process. In the process, in the process, in relapsing and retaining, in relapsing and retaining, in retaining and relapsing, I found myself. I found my true self. I found my power. I found my foothold. I found internal treasures that can never be taken away from me.
That's right.
And so a successful recovery, according to me, 5 years in, lots of consultations, lots of coaching, clients, research, studies. A successful recovery, to me, is the ability to acquire new insights of the causes of your addiction. Trust me, I've worked on this with clients. I got a text recently within an ex-client, and he told me I now know the things that have caused me to keep watching PMO, because now we have emotional issues, emotional traumas, childhood issues that are supporting the addiction. So your recovery, your successful recovery, will have to do with you being able to identify and acquire new understanding of the causes of your addiction. Okay. You know what my causes were? And I'm going to ask you, boss at home, for one or two causes, or what it is that you realize was or were the causes. You know what my causes were, bruh?
Yeah, bro.
I had a fear about life. I had a fear of working hard. I had a fear of like I had a chronic existential crisis ever since I was young. I used to think like, well, if we're gonna die anyway, so why working so hard? Why living life? So I was a walking existential crisis. Okay.
Yeah.
I also had childhood traumas. I didn't grow up with my mom and my father. I was raised by aunties, cousins, older cousins, and grandmothers. And so, very young, I used to ask myself, why me? Why does every other boy in the neighborhood have the mother? The mother prepares food for them when they come from school, and they get to sit on the mom's lap. They get to lay on her bosom. I'm watching, I'm observing, I'm witnessing all that. But I ain't got that shit. I ain't got my mother. Because I can't play with my auntie. My auntie was not giving me motherly love that I see my friends are receiving from their mothers. So I developed that was a childhood trauma, right? And my stepmom mistreated me for so many years. That was another childhood trauma. And and I was mad that my father had me with my mom and didn't stay with my mom. And so many other things, and developed low self-esteem growing up in, watching other boys were alpha getting all the girls, getting all the beautiful girls. I used to feel like a young kid, I'm just getting the leftovers that these suckers over there are leaving behind. That's how I used to feel. And very young, I was talking about 9, 10, 11, 12. We're like, I can date her in the school if those guys don't want her no more, or never wanted her. Because once those guys get the pick, they go to school, to a brand new school, they get the picks of girls, and then whatever is left over, the rest of us simps and beta young boys now will go and get. And so a lot of childhood traumas and pains and hurts that I wanted to escape from. And I've always said an addiction is more about escapism than it is about anything else.
Say it again. Damn.
Okay? So what you're saying is focus on the process, and this journey will always be a process. Absolutely. Yes. That's exactly what we're saying.
Yep.
That's exactly what we're saying. Exactly. Focus on the process, because it's in the process. Life is in the process.
Yeah.
Not the end, not the finish, because there can be no end and no finish line if you don't have a process. And so you have to acquire, number one, you have to acquire new insights of the causes of your addiction in your successful recovery. What have you realized on your journey were some of the causes of your addictions, or that kept you evading real life, running away from real life?
Goodness gracious. No, it's mighty funny that you say that, because I didn't actually really think about this probably till about a week or two ago. And I started really thinking about it, right? And something I'm about to tell you right now, I haven't told anybody. I've never talked about it online, right? What I'm getting ready to tell you right now is some shit that only the people who've actually known me since I came into this world know about. Or if you grew up with me, sandbox, anybody who's been around me since I came into this world, friend or family, they would know this what I'm about to tell you right here, right? And I thought about this like a week or two ago. And I guess this thing right here, it will childhood trauma, right? And it sent me to so many things. Only in hindsight, when I look back, I really only just dawned on a week or two ago, right? But this is what it was. What I when I look back, I know that this was one of the things that drove me to PMO. When I was a little kid, right? I think I must have been about 9 years old, right? Maybe 9 years old, 10 years old at the oldest, right? We moved to this neighborhood. And the neighborhood that we moved into, I'm the new kid in the neighborhood. I'm like 9, 10 years old, coming to a new school. And these guys, man, these kids, I came home on the school bus, bro. I'll never forget this, man. I got my ass kicked probably by about, I don't know, maybe 10 guys, 10 to 12. And I'm like 19 years old, like 10 to 12 guys. When I say savagely kicked my ass, man, I'm talking about some damn Hollywood movie shit, man. Beat the shit out of my little ass out there. And it probably happened in front of about maybe 60 to 70 witnesses, right? So 60 to 70 witnesses. I'm a 9, 10-year-old kid. It was 60 to 70 people out here. Anybody could have came in and stopped this shit. Anybody could have said, hey, man, you know what those motherfuckers did, man? They laughed at me. Right? And I say this beating was savage. This beating was savage, okay? It was so savage that it prompted, my folks got wind of this. My parents got wind of this, right? The beating was so savage. It got translated, and the people that heard it, my father's friends, my dad's friends heard this, and they thought some grown man had did this shit to me. So these motherfuckers showed up, carloads deep with all type of weaponry ready to take somebody off this earth. And my dad had to tell these motherfuckers, we can't kill these motherfuckers. These are kids that did this shit to my son. Y'all got the story wrong. He said, I appreciate y'all showing up ready to handle business, but my whole point of telling you that was not until a week or two ago did I look back and realize that the path that my life took, that shit right there, it fucking scarred me for life. And that was the beginning. That was the beginning. Like, I went on to get bullied by some of these guys and terrorized. Make a long story short, now in today's times, some of those guys now, some of my bestest friends now, they didn't realize what they was doing. Neither did I. Right. But it was the environment, right? And they were dealing with shit at their homes too. And they came and took that shit out on me. They didn't know what they was doing, but that scarred me. And I walked around with pain, not knowing. I got shell shocked at a young age like that. And at some point in time, I was looking for a way to relieve all of that stress and pain. A lot of stress and pain. I mean, I had to live around these guys. These guys wasn't guys that was out somewhere else. These people lived in my neighborhood, and I went to school with them. So there was no running away. There was no getting away. I had to deal with these guys. I had to deal with what that did to me as a person. And not until a week ago that I actually look back and say, you know what? That shit really, it opened my eyes. Because you know what? From 9 years old, I knew the day that shit happened, I said, you know what? The world is a savage fucking place. I realized that shit at 9 years old. I know there were tons of 9 and 10-year-olds out there that know that the world was savage, but that's the day that my eyes opened up. And when I look back on it, the PMO was like a pressure release valve. And when I noticed, this is only hindsight. When I look back,
right,
it became a crutch. Yeah, it turned into a crutch. Whenever I'm feeling bad, oh, this is not feeling bad, things not going my way, I know I can go PMO and I'll feel better. Also, so I thought I would feel better, but it was making shit worse. You know? Yeah. But I think that's what definitely drove me. It was trying to relieve stress. And I think that was definitely a major trigger point right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
and once you start doing anything, it's easy to keep going back once you start doing something.
Oh yeah. One of the things that kept bringing me back to PMO, I always felt like I was, because I didn't grow up with mom and dad, I felt like I was alone in the world. I always wish that I had a big brother. I'm the eldest of both on my mom and my mother's father's side, right? I always wish that I had a big brother. I always wish that and what was I seeking? I was seeking the motherly love and the fatherly love that I didn't have.
Gotcha.
That's what I was seeking, right? I was seeking that brotherly love, that fatherly love and motherly love that I didn't have. And so I always used to wish for some kind of comfort. And that drove me all the way to prostitution too. Always seeking the comfort of a woman, always seeking. And I felt disconnected from life. I used to feel disconnected from life. I used to feel like I'm not hanging on to anything. And so to comfort me, to feel connected to something, spending that little time destroying myself with that virtual friend felt like it was good.
Yes.
But it wasn't.
Yeah. At the time, we feel like it's good at the time, though, right?
Yeah. And so a successful recovery entails acquiring new insights of the causes of the addiction. So guys, we've been talking about the causes. Up to this point, we've been talking about the causes. Number 2, develop a solid understanding of your own triggers. You're going to have to do that, bro. You're going to have to develop a solid understanding of your own triggers. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, the Hashem. Thank you for that super chat. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Hey, once again, last time, this time, thank you, my great brother. It's this. You're gonna have to develop a solid understanding of your own triggers. Number 3, you're gonna have to develop habits that support your recovery, bro. You can't continue living the same way you used to live on PMO. You can't continue doing that. Okay? You okay there with your phone, boss at home?
Yes, sir. Thank you. I was looking up.
Yeah,
Shadow.
I think we're looking at your finger.
Oh, my side.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. So
Shout out to all the brothers in the
develop habits that support your recovery. And number 4, manage your relapses and move on quickly. I'm telling you, if you don't screenshot this right here, you're not serious about your recovery.
That's right.
If you're not gonna take a screenshot and crop this right now and save it in your photo album, you're not serious. Because right now, these 4 points you can sit down and meditate upon and milk them for wisdom.
Yep. Words to live by right here.
Yeah.
Yep. You see, keep in the game right here. This is Semen Retention Survival Kit.
Yeah, I like that. Yes. Semen Retention Survival Kit. Now, Felicius, I've asked you a question. I skipped it the first time. He's asking again. Have you ever experienced with weed?
Oh yeah. No question. I think it's just like anything else. You know what I'm saying? But of course, that is debatable. I definitely have my experiences with it though. But I'm gonna tell you this. I'm no doctor, right? But I will tell you this. I know for a fact that, we all got vices. For some people it's drinking, some people it's smoking, some people it's something totally different. But I do know that smoke is not healthy for the human body. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm telling you, I know smoke is not healthy for the human body.
Right.
We all do things that we know are not necessarily the most healthiest for us. Yeah, we do.
We do.
Those should be, it's just like mine are. Everybody should be, to cut out the things that harm us.
I'll tell you what, bro. Whatever else I've tried, I was never a problem for me. I've smoked cigarettes, I've smoked cigars, I smoked weed a few times experientially. I know, contrary to popular belief, I have a smoker look. My eyes are naturally red. My lips are naturally pink on the inside. And I mean, guys pull up on me in Georgia. I live in Atlanta. Guys pull up asking me where they can get that plug. And I mean, I'm telling you, okay, the amount of guys. But unfortunately, I'm your black guy that's not so black in that sense. I was always concerned with books and girls. And then, of course, PMO later on. All my life, my concern was always with books and girls. And so I never really found anything like that appealing enough. And if I started them, I could stop them. I could stop drinking. I used to have a bar. I used to stock alcohol. I've stopped that. I don't drink alcohol right now for this season now. I've stopped the cigarettes, the cigars or whatnot. But the only thing that I had not been able to stop, of course, you know it. That PMO baby, that virtual woman. But everybody has a dominant addiction. PMO was my dominant addiction. And really, once PMO was healed, I look around with semen retention, there's nothing else that has a grip on me. You can't be on semen retention for about, I don't know, I don't want to put a number, but you can't be, if you're maintaining your semen retention, things will eventually lose their grip of you. They will lose the power over you.
Facts.
Okay, because these are spirits, and they will go be, spirits are low and dense energies. When semen retention, your energy is higher, which means it's lighter, which means it's more powerful, and so denser, coarser energies leave. It's the analogy I used earlier. That's a more powerful water coming down that pipe, washing everything that's already been inside of it.
Facts.
That's what semen retention does for you, bro.
Facts. Oh yeah.
I don't know what are you asking. So you watch it from time to time. What are you asking? What is it? So you watch it from time to time. What do you watch? What? And who are you? Who is the question for? That's the tweet. My brother the Hashem says, that's the three things they push on us systematically from early age: PMO, weed, and alcohol. Correct.
Oh, facts.
That is correct. Yeah. Facts. Let's move on with our presentation here. So here we are again with our impact statement from the beginning. Some anime fan, what's up, bro? What's up? Welcome to the house.
What's up? Salute, man.
Truth is, you can only make progress towards a successful recovery one relapse at a time.
That's right.
One relapse. No, sir. We don't watch porn from time to time. No, sir.
Nope.
No, sir. No, sir.
Nope.
Sir,
nope.
Philly cheese. No.
Nope.
No. No. Here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing. I've told guys, and I'm saying right now, find your woman and have sex with her as often as possible if you can't really hold your semen. But not watch porn. Do not. Because, see, what happens is porn is exactly what messes your brain up. And that gives you that anxiety, that social anxiety, that low self-confidence, that self-hate, that lethargy. Do you know, hold on. Do you know the problem that you experience with PMO is not so much because of the release of semen? For example, there are guys who don't watch porn, but they're having sex all the time, and their lives are still great. So if you PMO, your problem is not so much with the loss of semen. Your biggest problem is watching the screen.
Mm-hmm.
It's the watching, because as you watch it, you go unconscious, and your subconscious mind begin to process a lot of ideas about self-hate, low self-esteem, negative self-image, comparison, anxiety.
Yep.
Okay, it's a lot of issues that are sitting right there at the bottom of your belly, like the gentleman says at the beginning of the show. Those issues stay with you right here in your second chakra, right here in your sacral chakra, as you watch porn. You don't understand. Before I could go back and watch porn, I'll find me a woman. Well, I have a woman. I'll go and have sex with her every day then, and bust every day. If that's what's gonna keep me from watching porn. You see, there are two evils. There are two evils. I always say. Evil number one is PMO, watching porn and masturbating. Evil number two is losing semen. But the greater of the two evil is watching porn. The lesser of the two evils is releasing your semen. So if one day you had a computer right to your left to watch porn, and the freedom, you got the green light to have sex and release your semen, if you want to love yourself, if you want to become something in this life, choose to have sex with that woman and release your semen. It will not do as much damage, not even a quarter of damage that PMO does to you. See, having sex with a woman and releasing your semen does not mess your brain up. It does not make you anxious. It does not make you have low self-esteem. It does not impact your subconscious mind, because that's what you ought to do naturally, right? Having sex with a woman and busting a nut. But when you watch porn, you destroy your brain, bro.
Yes.
You destroy your brain. This is why at my level, after 5 years, it was necessary for me to get with a woman. To get a woman. Okay, it was necessary for me to make my life fuller now, to go up to that next level. And it's been a next level. I've been more dynamic. Yes, it's been a next level.
Yeah.
After all this learning, all this process, all this whatever good things, it's where I am now.
Mm-hmm.
So every man is at a different place on the journey.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I guess it's either my accent, or you weren't paying attention so much. Yes, I said everyone has a dominant addiction, and that was my dominant addiction. So I said everything else that could have been a potential addiction didn't make it because this one was so prevalent. That's what I said. This is not in present term. This is in past term. This is in past tense. I'm saying, yeah, I smoke cigarettes. I smoke cigars. I used to stock alcohol at home, but none of these things could develop into a full-blown alcohol addiction or anything at all, because PMO was the heaviest habit. Yeah, I said that to corroborate with Boss at Home on the weed thing. Like, he could have smoked weed, but that didn't represent anything versus PMO. Whereas I met a young woman once. She was going to an AA meeting, right? And then I told her, oh, you know what? Yeah, I understand addictions, because I used to be addicted to pornography myself. I swear to you. She said, what? I said, pornography. She said, is there such a thing as being addicted to porn? She was
literally shocked. I said, "Oh yeah." She said, "Well, I watch porn every once in a while. I just when I feel it, I'm in the mood. I go watch it, do what I need to do, and probably don't get back until 3 weeks or 1 month later." I said, "Uh-huh." I said, "Guess what, baby? It's the same thing for me with alcohol. I can have a glass of whatever right now, or what some alcohol right now, and a month, 2 months later, it don't bother. But I had to have the porn every day, just like you had to have the alcohol every day."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for her, it was like, "You're kidding me, right? What do you mean addicted to porn? Like, how do you become addicted to porn?" Those were the questions she was asking me. But guess what? I would be asking her the same questions. "You're kidding me, right? How do you become addicted to alcohol?" Because I can't see myself being addicted to alcohol. Like, ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what we're talking about, bro. My brother, the Hashim. What I realize about porn, it opens a portal to access into you. Correct. Man, I used to feel dirty. I used to feel like I was open to the underworld, to the dark world, to the satanic world. What many didn't know also was PMO attracts sexual entities called succubus and incubus, entities that feed off your sexual. Man, look. Bro, listen. I used to feel like I didn't belong to myself. I'm being honest with you. I felt like I didn't belong to myself. I felt like there were some invisible entities that I belonged to or had power over me. You can't feel like you belong to yourself, but you can't speak the way I'm speaking right now. You can't. If you are on PMO regularly, this is not for you. Self-confidence is not for you. Creating something, going out there and impacting people is not for you. You can't, because you don't have your spirit.
Yeah. Dang, say it again. Because every time you bust those nuts out there, that is your spirit. It's leaving you.
I remember this one time, bro. I had a relapse. I was returning. It could have been 2 months. And I had just moved somewhere. And I was trying to protect my sister. Hey, Lola is back. Whoever remember Lola. Yellow. David and Boss. That's our sister. She's been on the channel. So she's preparing to start a fitness segment for us on the show. She's a personal trainer as well as a nutrition coach, among other things. She's also a tarot reader, which I love. I love tarot. Thanks for being here.
Salute.
Look, I texted her and I said, "Can you come on tonight and do your segment?" She said, "No, next week because she operates on a tight schedule. So basically she needs heads up time." And I'm like, you didn't have to make me feel bad. Like I ain't got my organization intact like that. Good night, baby. Good night. Enjoy the rest of your night. Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate you.
Yes. Have a good evening.
I'll be on your channel very soon. Whenever you said you were gonna send me your Calendly, you have not, so that we can fill it in when I'm gonna be on your show to talk about my experience with tarot, and when you're gonna be on my show for our fitness segment. Send me that Calendly so that we can get things lined up. Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate you.
That's right.
Good night.
Night.
And so we were talking about we have a good comment here from Night all and much love. Thank you. That's my sister. Man, we'll be cracking up on the phone. We'll be I mean, it's like we vibe like two kids, man. To keep it 100, I recalled some years back when focusing on those things, I remember feeling paralyzed, unable to move in bed, like sleep paralysis, and a female spirit was riding on me. Came to find out it was because of PMO. I agree, bro. Listen, man.
Yeah,
I've had some things happen to me after a PMO session. I used to be taken into the what I would call the dark world or the underworld or whatever, the world of the darkness. I used to go there in my dreams, or I would just bust one and then fall into sleep paralysis right after. And I'm like, whoa, trying to wake up and I couldn't wake up. Like the computer is still on top of me, or it's just slid right next to me. And I'm like trying to wake up. How? Because guess what? My spirit just left me. And I just got invaded.
That's heavy stuff right there, man.
So the Hashem, you're right. You're not alone. We know those experiences. And the funny thing is,
Yep.
the 13 Hashem, I'm guessing you're not, like too young. You're not 20, in your teens or early 20s, because you're giving some good facts and experience.
He is.
Like you sound like a mature man. Dude, man, I've had these experiences, bro.
Yes.
It was like, where was I? Like, who I was, what I was living, where was in the dark world, in the world of sin. Let's continue with our presentation, bro. Now, let's talk about relapse prevention, okay? Before it happens, to prevent a possible relapse, take the following actions whenever possible. Stay busy. Work out. Take cold showers. Refrain from alcohol, because alcohol shuts your prefrontal cortex down, which is your logical brain, which is who you really are, and encourages and stimulates and releases the animal in you, which is subconscious mind, the limbic brain. And this is why people under the influence of alcohol say what they always meant to say. They do what they always meant to do. I'm telling you, on my journey, anytime I had alcohol in my recovering days, I would blow a load. I would relapse. In fact, I cut out alcohol for a long time in my life. I did. I had to. Because anytime I had alcohol, I would relapse. So you can not stay busy. You can not work out. You can not take cold showers. And perhaps not doing those things won't just send you to relapse. But if you have alcohol, that's done. That's done. Alcohol is meant for you to enjoy sexual pleasures afterward. That's the whole. Anytime advertisement for alcohol is made, what is it? There's a woman there. There's a man, shirtless man, or a man with unbuttoned shirt with with muscles and six pack, and either a nightclub or a dim light room area. It's always a man and a woman. The consumption of alcohol is inextricably, I haven't used that word in a long time. The consumption of alcohol is inextricably linked to the consumption of sex. That's how it's marketed. That's how it's advertised. And of course, the effect of it is it shuts your prefrontal cortex up down. It shuts your logical, rational mind off. I mean, as soon as you begin to get tipsy, you begin to lose control. Like, yeah, yeah, woohoo. I mean, you become dumb. You become dumb. And I remember many times I would be at a party, or I would be at an event, or at the club. Well, not really club. I haven't clubbed in a long time. I was at a lounge, and I've had too much to drink, and I'm having the thoughts, like the images are flashing, like, can't wait to get home. Can't wait. Ooh, gonna blow a hot load tonight. Can't wait. I was aware that I was processing those thoughts, and I wanted to stop them, but I didn't have the willpower enough because I'm under the influence. I'm gonna go do it anyway. It's like I'm picking up the computer and I'm like, I'm not supposed to do it, but I'm intoxicated. And the next day you sober up and it's like, oh shit, like, damn, I fucking lost my energy, man. Damn.
Yeah.
He says he sleeps with his Bible right next to him. You sleep with Jesus.
That's right, brother.
Hey, guys, give me one quick second. I've been drinking a lot of liquid since I started, right? It's been an hour and a half. So let me, 2 minutes. We are back. Thanks for keeping the faith and consuming a lot of liquid. So I had to take a leak. You're still on. Yeah, everybody's still on, of course. Thanks for being here. Let's see, any new comments ever since so stay busy, work out, take cold showers, refrain from alcohol before a relapse happens. Stay busy, do anything productive. Of course, workout is going to release endorphins and some dopamine. But what's going to happen, you're going to use up the energy
you're gonna use that energy that's gonna make that's the urge energy. You're gonna use that up at the gym. You know, when I work out, I want to feel the pain these days. I really want to feel the pain. I go to feel the pain. I want to use all my energy at the gym. I really want to leave it all on the floor at the gym. And that's the goal. That should be the goal. With on semen retention, the energy is in me. I eat vegetable. I now make smoothies with raw vegetables. And of course, you got to realize when I'm having sex without busting. That's after. Try having sex without busting to see how you feel afterwards. You're crazy afterwards because the energy has been stimulated. It wants to come out, and you didn't let it out. So basically, you almost feel like I'm about to kill some. So. Killing myself at the gym, feeling the pain, like pushing the heaviest weight I can, like literally doing the hardest exercises is the way to have a true control over my energy and my body. Okay? You have to work out. Right there. And that's one. And second thing about working out is blood flow, blood circulation. Blood circulation circulates the nutrients in your body. Bro, it doesn't matter if you're taking supplements, which I recommend. It doesn't matter if you are eating well. If you're not working out, your blood is not circulating enough to carry the nutrients to all the parts of your body. So you're not benefiting to your own nutrients in your body. Do you know each time you work out, the reason that after each workout you feel like your balls are tingling and there's a throbbing feeling there, it's because the nutrients have been transferred there, they've run there, and now they're ready to produce new semen.
Man, that's heavy knowledge right there. Heavy.
Yes. You have to work out, bro. Listen carefully. I have guys texting me saying, damn, I'm finding a new secret about this working out thing. You have to work out. You have to make it hurt. I've been working out almost every day of the week now. I don't have any days off. If I'm busy doing things, and usually I try to slide it, go in before, like I have to do it. I have to put myself through that pain. That physical pain is the way you learn to gain control of your body and your own person. You have, and plus, your testosterone increases, your voice gets deeper. You wake up the next day after a good workout, and you're like, wah, 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 wah. I mean, I'm telling you, and you wake up with that 5 a.m. boner, and like I told you, now I have a place for it, but not every day though, because my girl is a nurse. She works overnight. So she probably get 1 day off every 4 days or every 5 days. But like this morning, oh my God, that thing was like a steel pole, man. I just turn over, and she already know. Like it's a unspoken communication. It's an agreement. Like if I touch it this way, and of course usually what I do is I'm funny. You know what I do, bro? To make her feel that steel pole, I pull her leg and pull her knee and find a way and press the steel pole against it. It's a message. Get ready. Get ready. Like usually it's because I'm not fully awake yet. I'm kind of like in between sleep. I'm awaking, and then I'm like, I find a way, find a body part, whatever body part in her, and press it against it so hard. It's a message like, get ready. And like this morning, destroy that thing. Like, damn, baby, like. And the funny thing is, as soon as I penetrate, I started going, like it's that stamina, it's that, yeah. And so those are benefits that you don't want to leave on the table, bro. You don't.
That's right. Oh my goodness.
You're leaving these benefits on the table, bro.
Yes.
The clarity of mind, the creativity, the boldness, walking like this in public, not because you want, but because that's how your body just does it for you. Your body
Yeah.
wants to take the place. You walk somewhere, you swing the door open, and people have to look like, I'm told like, hey, how you doing? Like all the time, oftentimes, you're leaving benefits on the table if you don't work out. Now, we're not talking about working out to get a six-pack. It would be lovely to have a six-pack, but it's not required for success right now. It's not required to get these benefits, bro. If you can, you do need to bring somebody, some belly fat down so that your arteries are not clogged and you get the benefit of a better blood circulation. But a six-pack is not required, bro. You just need to be moving your body, get the blood flow going, and to get your brain oxygenated and get the nutrients circulate in your body. Essentially, keep yourself healthy and gain these benefits. What do you have to say about that, Boss at Home? Because I know of course we'll be watching your videos, man, in the cold back in the winter. You I don't know who used to hold that camera, bro. Who was holding that phone? I'm like, whoever's holding that phone, it's got to be as crazy as you. Who let you drag them at 6 a.m. in that winter, and then for you to be standing doing all that talking and all that exercising? And I'm like, God bless them. Yeah. It must be somebody special to you.
Yeah, man. Most of the time, actually, I would be out there shooting videos. I hold the camera in a way people would think there's somebody out there is recording for me. But no. Also, at some point in time, I'm gonna have a guy, because you can tell some of my videos there is somebody behind the camera.
Yeah, I mean, so let's say you're doing push-ups, both of your hands are free, and the camera is moving though. It wasn't stationary, it was moving. So that's why yeah. Now I know these days there are technologies, there are ways, but I'm sure you're not there yet. But it was moving those days. I'm like, it's bad. You said it was 20 and you're trying to do push-ups and jumping jacks. I'm like, the camera is moving, so there's somebody behind that camera.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? I was talking to my would-be cameraman earlier today. I told him I made a prophecy on one of my videos. When I get my thing like I want it, and the profits come in that are going to come in, I'm going to count $10,000 in cash on my channel. And when I do, my cameraman going to show his face to the world, the man behind the camera. I done had other people come up to me and say, hey, man, you got a cameraman now? I just bust out laughing, man. I said, nah, I ain't got no cameraman, but I got a secret guy in the cut, though. He going to show his face one day. We already made that deal. When I count $10,000 in cash on Boss at Home, he's showing his face that day.
Well, you need to give me that plug with that camera. I'm about to start shooting, other places out of studio. My PMO documentary part 2 was not shot in the studio. I mean, it was shot in the house, but not in the studio. It's a different setting. I've been in the studio for a long time. Since I left using the phone, being on the road, being in the trees in the park. Since I've built a studio over a year ago, I haven't been out there, but I want to start. I did get some footage at the gym today for the first time. So we're working. It's more work. It's more work now. So part two of my PMO documentary is coming soon. Keep it very short and sweet. So tell us how have staying busy, working out, taking cold showers, refraining from alcohol, if you have helped you to progress on this journey.
I think that's the only way that you can do it. You got to stay busy. You, like you said earlier, just being on semen retention just for the sake of being on it, we're like, what are you really doing? And at some point, you're going to relapse, and you're not going to have anything to fall back on because you were just retaining just because. So you got to stay busy. And you got to be working out. Working out is one of the ways you can stay busy. And I'm like you said now, when I be exercising, I have to feel pain. I want pain.
Yeah.
If I don't feel pain, I don't feel like I'm doing anything.
I didn't do it.
I'm addicted to pain now, the good pain, the exercise, staying busy. So I'm definitely going to get my exercise on. And a lot of time while I'm exercising, another way I be staying busy, I can physically be doing exercise. I might be doing push-ups or dips or jogging or whatever. But in my mind, I'm conducting business in my mind. I'm thinking about new business ventures. How can I open up my virtual trap house? How can I get more subscribers on YouTube? How can I make money while I'm asleep? I'm thinking about all those things while I'm doing my exercise. I'm thinking about the healthy food that I want to eat when I get finished exercise. I'm thinking about controlling my thoughts, because I know that's where it's all at. I control my thoughts, I'll control my journey.
Yeah.
I'll be able to keep myself in line and not veer off the path as long as I can control my thoughts. Yeah. And I find that exercising, keeping positive affirmations in my head, eating healthy foods, those things keep me focused. They keep me busy. So long as I'm doing that, and I'm doing all of those things with one main goal in mind. I'm trying to build my kingdom. I'm trying to build a kingdom for my loved ones to inhabit. That's what I'm trying to do. It's something that I can hand off one day. I mean, right now, I don't have any kids right now, but I got family out here. One day when I leave, I want my family, I want everybody to be taken care of.
I like that.
If they got whatever I leave behind, because all of us, when we leave this earth, we going to leave something behind. Whatever I built up, once I leave, my family can take it and build on that. And then whenever they leave this earth, their kids or whatever, if I don't have no kids, they can take it and build on that. I'm trying to build a kingdom for all of my people to come up under the umbrella and be able to eat good, live good. So ain't nothing gonna stop me from doing that neither. It took Semen Retention to help me fine tune that, but I'm figuring out now that's always what I wanted, because I always had something in me. That's just how I'm built. Everybody got their destiny. Everybody has their lot. My lot is to be a guy who loves his people, loves his family, and who will do anything to see to it that they get everything that they're supposed to have. I think they're supposed to have everything. I think I'm supposed to have everything. So I want all my people to have what I got. Yeah.
I like that, man. Thanks for sharing with us. It's always you're always an inspiration.
Thank you.
Indeed. So we were here before it happens, before a relapse happens. Do these things if you can, right? Stay busy, work out, take cold showers, refrain from alcohol. Number 4. And here is number 5. Avoid sexual stimuli. And that's the hardest of them all. And here's what we mean by sexual stimuli. We mean sources of sexual innuendos and vibes. So anywhere, anything, anybody that you can get sexual vibe from, anything that you can get that can get you sexually stimulated. You need to stay away from those things, because guess what? The compound effect is always at work, both positively and negatively. It's always accumulating on the positive side to give you a better result in the future. It's also always accumulating in the negative side to get you to do some dumb shit.
That's right.
So it's always, the compound effect is always working. So as you're exposed to sexual stimuli, your ASS, appetite survival system, is always processing the stimuli. Remember, your brain always draws the most logical conclusion based on inputs. This is where we get the statement, garbage in, garbage out. Your brain will carry out the most logical conclusion based on the inputs that you've been putting in. So if you've been consuming sexual stimuli, eventually your brain is concluding we need to carry out some sexual acts.
Yeah.
Facts. Listen,
Yeah.
man, I'm telling you, you live with a woman and she's off and she's wearing all this nice stuff and she's doing all these gestures, she's cooking, she's bending, she's cleaning, and you staying around the house and your brain is picking up all those cues, although you're not thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
At night, oh yeah, you want you some. Because you've been accumulating all these cues and all these stimuli throughout the day, all the bending here, the changing of the clothes here, and the doing this and that. At night, you're just thinking, oh yeah, well, I just wanted some. No, you've been propped for it all day. You've been being wired and conditioned for it all day.
Yep.
The compound effect is always at work. And so by sexual stimuli, here's what we mean. Here are some sources of sexual stimuli: music, movies, music videos, IG, TikTok, strip clubs. Of course, I mean, why would you go to a strip club if you are on semen retention? I don't know.
Right.
I don't know why you would go to a strip club. And then there's no fun to go into a strip club unless you're a superstar and you have money and you can take some of the girls home. Why even go? Because you can't do nothing. It's torture besides wasting your money. You can't do nothing with them. I mean, you can go and try to do something with somebody else, usually that don't look like them because they didn't have no surgery.
Right.
So when you look at it, the idea is dumb. And I'm not even going to say no offense to no guy who goes, but you can go. But I'm saying the idea is dumb. You waste money, you get stimulated, and you're going to go home to go do something with girls who don't even look half the way those look because they didn't have no surgery. They don't have no inflated balls inside of balloons inside of their bodies. No strip clubs.
Good.
Definitely do not listen or watch anything Nicki Minaj. Do not listen and watch anything Cardi B. Do not listen and watch anything City Girls. Do not listen and watch anything Megan Thee Stallion.
Don't do it. Don't do it. They're going to trick you out your seed.
Somebody's going to say, well, David, then how do you know them? Duh. I mean, I've been out there. And then do not confuse. We are all at different points on our journey. I can watch them. You know, I can. It's not a practice. I don't consume music, by the way. I don't consume music. On a regular basis, I watch videos on YouTube, play audiobooks, and affirmations, subliminal tracks. That's it. That's it. If I don't go to an event, I don't hear music. Or if I don't go, if music is not playing at the traffic light by the next car over, I don't play music, bro. I mean, I drive a Genesis G80, nice system. I think my car has 14 speakers. Not for music. No, I mean, beautiful sound, 2 speakers. I mean, it's a luxury car. Even my girl's 2021 Palisade, the same thing, but not me. She plays the music when we ride together. Well, mostly now when we ride, we're talking so much she doesn't play music. But I don't consume music on a regular basis. But I've been out there. I know these women, right? These women are part of the agenda. The great spirit, the great dark spirit is making good use of these women to pervert men and women.
Yes. Yeah.
Talking about Lil' Kim didn't do anything. I mean, because the world was still developing back in the days with Eve, with Lil' Kim. I mean, this girl, even with what was her name? Jackie O. I mean, these girls, these ladies didn't do anything.
Right.
He was somebody I have a mad respect for. You wouldn't believe. Rihanna looks like the girl who would be doing what these other girls do. Do you know that? But she's not. Yeah, she had that video with the strippers and the money goes up and stuff like that. But that's one of the rare videos like that. Most of her
Right.
videos, she has clothes on, the decent videos. You can watch them with teenager type of thing.
Right.
But when you really look at Rihanna, like, I think she probably has better sense than a lot of the other girls. Anyhow, going on a tangent, but it's important. It's important. It's a good tangent, right? It's really related tangent.
Definitely.
Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, City Girls, Megan Thee Stallion, and somebody else is about to come out. So somebody else is about to come out. You watch any videos of these ladies, they just got overloaded with sexual stimuli. You gonna bust a nut soon. It'll
Yes,
be working
you
on you.
are.
Of course, no dating apps. And please, definitely no OnlyFans. I meant to put OnlyFans in red.
No, don't do it.
I mean,
Don't do it.
no dating apps, bro. I know. It probably
Nope.
sounds like, what kind of life is David living and Boss at Home living if you guys are not on dating apps? Well, first of all, you got to understand, if you're pursuing success, you don't want to be messing with more than one woman, because that's a lot of
Right.
resources. That's a lot of resources. You need time for more than one woman. You need money for more than one woman. You need energy and attention. You're wasting your life. You're not getting cute, boy. You're not being a gentleman. You're not being an alpha. You're wasting your life. You're wasting your resources. Point
Right.
blank. Guess what? What successful men have you heard boast of on how many women he is sleeping with?
Hmm.
No, he's busy having success. He's busy accomplishing his goals and his mission, right?
Right.
But what poor men do you know? We've heard around the block talking about how many girls he's hitting. Yeah, because the resources go towards accomplishing that goal. That's not what we want to do on Semen Retention. So you don't need to be on dating apps looking for girls. You just need to find one girl in real life and get to know her and get comfortable and put you make good use of your resources. If you're serious about Nofap and Semen Retention, that's it. If you're serious about it, I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I'm the father figure for the young guys that you didn't have. Well, my son is 23. Okay, I am the brother that you never had. I am the cousin that you never had. I am the stepdad that you never had. I'm sure some of the youngsters out there have had mothers. I wouldn't mind. So I'm telling you straight up, but no dating apps, bro, because the pictures on the dating apps are curated to evoke a sexual response in you.
Facts.
Those pictures, online pictures, social media pictures, period, from women are curated. You know what curated means in this sense? They have been meticulously, scientifically engineered with a specific goal in mind. I am seeking to send this message, and so I'm going to use these things that will serve as stimuli to send this message so I can get that response that I want. They're all curated to evoke a sexual response out of you.
Yes. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah.
You
IG,
focus.
the James Earl Jr. says IG is a major trigger. Bro, I got to be honest with you. Hold on. Yeah, somebody's saying something. Meg Thee Stallion got a... Philly Cheese is relapsing on those girls out there, bro. Do you see what he says? She has a relapsed booty. I bet you've relapsed on her booty before. I guarantee you've done it. I guarantee you've done her, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, City Girls. Well, yeah, City Girls are dirty, but I'm sure you probably have done it. But the James Earl Jr., who's still here, thank you. First time seeing you here, but appreciate you being here still. IG is a major trigger. Well, I can't do you know I've deleted my IG, my original IG, and I stayed off for some time. I've recently gone back. But I've been, what's the word? Sparingly going there. You see, maybe you have not been seeing any comments on your videos from me or any likes. I think I watched a video recently with the Trap House, of course. I know, the virtual Trap House with all the thing. I'm not even sure if I liked it, but I definitely didn't comment because I just pop my head in and pop out. Here's the thing with IG. Even if you are not personally following somebody who would do those kind of things, somehow somebody might just take a picture from someone else, or somehow you open your app and there is a picture like, she might, for example, here's what people do. Wish my friend so-and-so happy birthday. And they tag the friend and they put a picture of the friend. And they're going to put their best picture. And here you are. You're like, I know this friend that I have is not going to do, such and such. Maybe not. But then they want to wish their girlfriend a happy birthday. And they put that picture with your name. And yeah. IG is definitely a trigger in itself. Major trigger, as our brother says. Who are you talking about, Philly Cheese? David, you also know that she being Megan, because that's your girl. That's your relapse girl. Has a nude picture on the magazine. Of course, I think they all do. They all do. Didn't Cardi B take a nude whatever, and she was saying I think she was trying to show her thing, saying she's not a man or whatever or where the baby came from. Anyhow. Yes, sir. I got a son. I got a 23-year-old son. I had him at 18, bro. Nah, I don't. Nah, he's saying he was joking. You know you weren't joking, bro. You're on day 4. You're on day 4 because you relapsed to Megan. Anyway, bro. We need to avoid sexual stimuli, right? Here's where it gets good. Now, that was relapse prevention. That's the title, right? It is. Relapse prevention still, that was before it happens. This is while it's happening. You're going to laugh. While the relapse is happening, here's what you need to do. Stop if you can catch yourself in the act. If you can catch yourself. But I went on to say, usually once you've started, your prefrontal cortex, logical brain, goes to sleep, and your ASS, which is your appetite survival system, takes over. Well, you're pretty much fucked. Now I've been able to withdraw from a relapse in the moment. I've had clients too who've been able to do that, but it's way later on the journey. You have to have mastered certain preliminary things and done preliminary steps and taken preliminary actions before, if you catch yourself, and you can actually withdraw from it. You'll come to your senses, of course, after you have come. That's when you'll come back to your senses. That's when it's happening. So you probably pretty much can't prevent it from happening once it's already happening. Now, post-relapse recovery, the relapse recovery stage now. After it has happened, let's talk about these beautiful things that you talked about earlier, both at home. We're gonna talk about the way to recover the physical body through foods and supplements and juices and vegetables and stuff like that. So after a relapse has occurred, this is the crucial time. After a relapse, the addict tends to feel guilty, weak, unstable, mortified, discouraged, etc. He experiences emotional disturbance and questions himself, such as, I need to kick this addiction to the curb. It's like he's saying these things all over again. Like, I need to really make a decision about this. Is my willpower not enough, David? This is what I experienced early on in my journey, and this is what almost every guy I have coached has experienced. After a relapse, I get a phone call or a text message, and they're like, our next session, David, I really want to focus on making this happen. I really want to focus on being serious about kicking this addiction because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this. Now I just relapsed. I lost my energy. This toxic mental disturbance, emotional disturbance, is exactly what turns a simple relapse into a binge.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It can get ugly. It can get ugly.
A simple relapse. Oh yeah. Rihanna. I love her anyway. A simple relapse can be turned into a binge because you experience all these issues, emotional disturbances and questions. Why do I feel so crushed on the inside? Why do I feel so bad afterwards? Well, know this, brother. Willpower is not enough. Talking about this is not going to make it any better. Deciding all over again is not going to make it any better. Deciding harder this time around is not going to make it any better. It's not those things. It's really the actions that you take consistently, staying busy, working out, eating your vegetables, eating your things, staying away from sexual stimuli places. Those are the things that you do that rewire your brain, bro. Your willpower does not have any effect on you. I'm telling you right now.
All right.
Your willpower, in fact, one of the ways that they describe addiction is this. Somebody goes to McDonald's, right? They're like, I'm just going to get a salad and one cheeseburger and blah, 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 blah. When they show up, they're like, I want 5 cheeseburgers, a big shake and a big, large Coke. And by the way, just add a small salad to the side for me. And when they get the bag, they rummage through all the burgers and all the drink and everything, and the last thing that's left in the bag is the salad. But they were sure before they went to McDonald's, they were certain they was gonna get the salad and eat the salad. That was willpower talking. But when they showed up in front of that cashier, Mother Nature takes over. Okay, limbic brain takes over. The emotional brain takes over. The animal in that person takes over. So it's not willpower, bro. It's those little acts. Go ahead, man. Take it up, bro. Take it away.
Hey. Oh my goodness, man. You just making me realize how everything is all about mental. Everything is mental. Every single thing we do is mental when it comes to this semen retention, man. And it affects us so much. When we, like you said, willpower is not enough. We got to rebuild our minds. We got to have brain reconfiguration is what it takes.
Hey, hold on. Brain reconfiguration.
Yes, sir. That's what we need. That's what's going to get us. That's what's going to bring this ship home right here. Damn. Damn. And know it's so heavy.
Put that piece here, move that piece there, do this, move that over here. Reconfiguration. Oh my God. Have you ever reconfigured? That's what we do when we change furniture in the house. We reconfigure the house. We used to walk this way now because the furnitures are another way. Now we walk this way.
Yeah.
You reconfigure. Go ahead, man. Continue.
Damn.
You create new patterns. That was heavy.
Yeah.
New patterns, new paths, new principles, new rules. Reconfiguration.
Whole new world.
Have you ever seen when a parking lot has been reconfigured for whatever reason? They're doing a renovation and then they paint over the spaces, and when next time you see it, they have reconfigured the whole shit. Now cars don't park this way, now they park that way, and there are more spaces and it's wider, and it's like this is way better than before. It's been reconfigured.
Yep.
It's actually one of my favorite words.
Ooh.
Because it gives you a picture. An engineer is at work.
Yes.
A thinker is at work. A scientist is at work. A mechanical engineer, an electronic engineer is at work, reconfiguring things.
Preach.
Have you ever reconfigured a computer? Well, that doesn't happen much with Mac, but you can reconfigure a Microsoft computer. You know, you pretty much set with an Apple. Well, I'm sure you can, but it's not so much you can do. But when I used to use Microsoft computers or whatever, Windows, I think that's what they call them. I'm sorry, because I've been Mac for such a long time. You could and that's one of the benefits of those systems. You could reconfigure the whole computer, and when you open it, it looks and feel not so much feel, but look and operate much differently than how you bought it.
Yeah. Facts.
An upgrade is a reconfiguration.
Yep.
Continue, bro.
Man, you know, this thing is so heavy. This semen retention thing reconfigures our mind, our spirits, our bodies, even the people around us. I'm noticing that too. I'm starting to be able to influence people more than I would have been. You know what? I didn't even say this, because I told you since the last time I came on here, I've been real busy, right? Doing things business-wise, trying to come up with more ways how I can grow wealth. And in the process of that, ain't this something? I know this is because of semen retention. I ended up bumping into one of my exes, right? This girl, she's from about 2 years ago, maybe 2.5 years ago. I wasn't on semen retention. I barely knew what Nofap was. But we had I'm not gonna say we fell out, but we decided to go our separate ways, right? About 2 years ago, right? But we would still remain cool. We still remain friends. But the romantic part of our interaction, that was over 2 years ago. Fast forward to now, about a couple of days ago. Because we remain cool, we still stay cool. I saw something that she mentioned about building wealth. Make a long story short, she posted something on her Facebook about building wealth. So I said, hey, what's that about? She ended up telling me. Long story short, I ended up going to this meeting gathering they had about wealth building. And it's right up my alley, because the things that I've been doing this last year and a half, this thing that she got going on that she's a part of, it works perfectly with what I'm already doing. And I foresee me making a pretty coin, but I'm about to get involved with her. But she invited me to this setting, and when I came there, I hadn't seen her in a little over 2 years, mind you. I come in there, And I forgot, I left this part out too. She got one of those Meg the Stallion bodies, okay? I left that part out. She about 6'2".
You're about to do wrong to Philly cheese now.
I'm gonna go to Philly cheese now.
Don't do him wrong like that. You gotta give that detail.
I'm trying to, right? But he made me think about her too, right? He made me think about this. 6'2", brick house kind of sister, right? So when I come in there, of course, automatically, she's one of those women, like wherever she goes, usually she's gonna be the hottest girl in there. Usually, not all the time, but the majority of the time. So when I come in there, all these guys in there looking at me, they're like, man, who's this dude over here? How does he know this chick? Because evidently he knows her. I see they all talking and cozied up. Now I know how we were 2 years ago, but that's been over more than 2 years ago. I haven't seen her, haven't been around her. But the way that she was responding to me, I could tell. I know she doesn't know why she was responding to me like that. She has no idea I've been on semen retention. I've been doing whatever I'm doing. But I saw the look in her eye, and I could tell she was saying to herself,
something different about you.
I feel like, yeah, I thought that my feelings like this were over toward him, but she almost looked like she wanted to jump on me. Okay. And it was just crazy though, because I said, you know what? This is because of semen retention right here. I'm not doing anything different than I always did. But I guess that semen retention, man, it elevates you to such a level.
The frequency.
And everybody in there felt it. They didn't know what they was feeling other than asking themselves, man, how's he interacting with this Meg the Stallion chick like this that we all probably chasing after. But I'm like, nah, man, I know her on another deeper tip. We over here talking about this business. And I even had guys running up on me, they could see that there was some kind of energy there, and they were trying to hurry up and come in, and you know how guys do, try to throw a little diversion, you know? And the old me, yeah, before semen retention, I would have got all, hey man, I'm tough. Who you think you are trying to do? But I didn't take offense to it. I said, man, I know what this guy wants. I welcomed him in. I talked to him, interacted with him, because the semen retention, it lets you see right through people. And it also lets you see the good in people. Even when they don't realize that they have good in them, semen retention will allow you to see the good in everybody if you want to. And this thing is propelling me to a whole nother place, man. And I gotta say, a lot of it goes back to that day. I never forget that day I saw that video on your channel, and you said, okay, you've been on semen retention. Now what? Now what? And now I'm coming into that what? That now what is going on like every single day. It seems every single day I'm coming into a new idea, a new situation. New people are ingratiating themselves to me, circumstances. And I know it's all because of semen retention. All of it. Yeah, man. You out here raising brothers from the dead, man. Knowledge, man.
Appreciate that. Yes, indeed. Like I said in one of my videos, I've been brought back from the dead to bring you the good news. Yeah. I've been brought back from the dead to share this knowledge with you. That's how I feel, actually. I feel like I've been brought back from the dead so that I can help brothers be brought back from the dead.
Yes.
So after a relapse has occurred, understand this, a relapse is an inherent part of a recovery process. You don't want to hear that. I know you don't want to hear that. But it is a inherent part of a recovery process. It is necessary in order to show progress and rewiring. Because if you never have a relapse, you never know how much you have progressed and how much you have been rewired. I'm going to tell you, the day will come when you have a relapse, for those of you early on this journey, and then you realize, oh shit, I didn't feel as bad at least. I was able to go right back to work. Like, something is different. Usually when I relapse, I lose my cool. Like my life is distraught. The day will come. Your brain is being rewired through the compound effect. Longer streaks and abstinence. See, what I tell guys is,
Right.
so let's say you had a 10-day streak and then you relapse, right? Well, in those 10 days, your brain learned 3 things. To stay away from porn, to switch your focus on some other things, and number 3, to contain the new higher energy. That's major transformation, bro.
Yes.
Containing the new energy, switching of your focus from a destructive habit, small or not, to a different thing, hopefully healthier. Okay. It's like you're losing interest in that thing. It doesn't have, the grip is not as hard, as tight on you as it used to be. So I said, switch your attention to focus on that. Switch your attention to focus on the progress that happened between 2 relapses. Those 10 days between the previous relapse and this one, what happened in those 10 days? A lot of brain rewiring took place in those 10 days. You grew. The cumulative, by way of the cumulative and compound effects, you grew, you transformed. You're not the same person. So let's quit focusing on the relapse itself and focus on the actual retention.
Right.
Focus on the actual retention.
Feels good. Feels good. You hold that power in.
Vocable NX 2.0. Day 50. Good to be in the house, man. Welcome.
Ooh.
50 days. Day 50th.
Congratulations. Keep up the good work.
Stay on the journey, bro. You're on the right journey.
Right.
You are on the right path. You are on the right journey. The journey of self-discovery. The journey of self-love. The journey of self-empowerment. Stay on this journey.
Stay on the journey, bro.
Right.
Because of my self-discipline, I choose high energy and affirm my success in life. I am living a life free of temptation. Sexual control is my true force of strength. My energy is vibrating with energy and inner power. I am motivated beyond belief. I am reconnected to my true self. I am living a life of control. I am a god in this reality. I radiate sex appeal and confidence. I maintain supreme impulse control. I am always calm and relaxed in all situations. Confidence is my true birthright. My features are legendary and desirable. I have bulletproof social confidence. I am capable of anything I set my mind to. I am proud of who I am and what I do. My willpower is always stronger than any temptation I encounter. I resist all temptations as they arise. I take pride in the way I look. I am comfortable in who I am. My passion for life is alive and well. I release the past and focus only on what I am creating here and now. My dopamine stores are replenished more each day. Joy is returning to my life. I do what I must to achieve my goals. Every day I get more and more happier. My eyes are seductive and mesmerizing. My masculinity allows women to be more feminine when in my presence. Others see me as powerful and self-assured. I am dedicated to achieving my goals. I forgive and love myself, even if I encounter what is considered a failure.
Let's go.
My goals are what is most important to me. People admire me for my strength of character. People are attracted to my positive and inviting energy. I let go of all cravings. My confidence is rock solid. I need no one's approval and do whatever I please.
Yes, sir.
My voice is powerful and I speak with authority. My eye contact shows my confidence. Women are attracted to me each day. I am proud of my physique and appearance. I can lead any social interactions if I so please. I am irresistibly attractive. I am focused on what is important. I make daily progress towards my goals. I am growing for the better. All women are just naturally attracted to my charisma. All women can feel my sexual energy when they are near me. All desire for old habits is gone. I am free. I hold myself to the highest level of excellence. I can and will improve. I succeed because of my self-discipline.
Hey, I love that joint. I love that thing right there.
These are my music. These are what I listen to instead of music, bro.
Man.
I get in my car and blast them. I go to sleep with them. I have playlists, and that's what I live. And so, indeed, no problem, man, no problem. And so let's move on. After relapse recovery, after a relapse has happened, understand this. Learn to capitalize on your relapses by learning from them. And the way you learn from something, if you're not memorizing, is you ask logical questions. Logics are questions and answers. With enough of them, you get a new perspective. With enough of them, you get a cognitive reframing. So ask the following questions after a relapse to capitalize on them. So, 1, what triggered the relapse? Collect the data. What triggered it? Who triggered it? Where were you when you were triggered? How might you have prevented that? Why didn't you prevent it? What can you do differently next time? Now, I know your mind does not want to think like that. Your mind does not want you to think as logically like that concerning this recovery, because you know what your mind wants? Your mind is governed by your ASS, which is your appetite survival system, confusion. Right now, if you're just starting the journey, your mind wants you to feel as confused. Like, oh, I don't know how, I mean, nah, David, this is what you would do to do something else in the world. This is not what you do to recover from porn. How can you? Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now. If you sit down and ask the questions, what triggered that relapse? Because it had to have been triggered internally or externally. There must have been a source of sexual stimuli, like we talked about earlier. Who triggered it?
Yeah.
Where were you? At the strip club, at the club, at the pub? Where were you when you were triggered? Okay, and how could you have prevented that? Maybe you should have left that place earlier than you did. Maybe you should have turned yourself the other way when she walked your way. Maybe you should have flipped that channel when that video was playing. Maybe you should have closed the IG app when that model popped up on your screen.
Yeah.
How might have you prevented that? Why didn't you? Because that's very important. Why didn't you get up and leave? Why didn't you close the app? Why didn't you hang up that phone? Why didn't you walk away? And then when you have all that data, you can answer the question, what can you do differently next time? Where I can walk away next time, I can close the app next time. Maybe instead of going to the club or to that bar for 3 hours, I'll go for 1 hour. Or maybe I'll have 1 drink instead of 3 drinks that put me in a state where I can't think no more. That's data collection and analysis, bro. You are the scientist of your life. You are the engineer. Right. You are the mechanic. You are the one. I guarantee you, these are the questions that I have asked myself throughout my recovery journey. And these are the same questions I teach my clients to ask themselves after every relapse. You will be amazed these text messages that I get. Man, David, I'm telling you, bro, I feel so clear now. I feel like, okay, I know what's going to happen next time. Next time a relapse is on the way, I'm so clear in my mind because of the questions that the answers that I get from the questions that I asked from the last relapse,
I feel like I'm empowered for the next one. And because of that, the next one is going to be, guess what? The streak is going to be so long because you have knowledge, and knowledge empowers, knowledge sets you free.
All right.
Your new streak will be so far away. You know, your next relapse will be so far away. And it's going to have to be a very hard relapse. Like you really going to have to be overwhelmed when you have this data, when you have this information. I'm going to tell you, bro, I had to apply rationality and logical thinking and first principles reasoning to get where I'm at. I had to do that. I had to use first principles reasoning. I had to get to the place where I turned this recovery thing into a data collection process, an analysis process, a scientific research, a scientific project. That's what I had to do. And in the process, I gained so much clarity. Do you know your subconscious mind is afraid of clarity? That's why most people are confused. The confusion is the way of the world. Confusion is the way of the subconscious mind. Confusion is the way of the limbic system. Your ass, which is your appetite survival system, wants you to be confused. Most people, I don't know what's going on, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know what happened, bro. I just went home and watched porn. I don't know. Well, where were you before that? Well, I mean, I was down the street by Patrickham. Okay, well, what was going on there? Well, you know, they had a little get together there. Okay, what happened? Who was there? Well, they bring some girls. They were grinding on each other. They have some shorts on, and so how did they look? Well, you know, they're like, you know, they've done surgery or whatnot. They look stimulating to you. Yeah, you know. Okay, well, that's what happened then. That's how you went home and relapsed. That's exactly what happened. But the man's mind would prevent him from giving you the answers because he's like, I don't know, bro. I mean, look, I must have been tired or something. So I just went home and next thing I know, I did it. No.
Exactly.
That's the confusion that your limbic brain wants you to live in.
Facts.
It happened. You were triggered. You were exposed to stimuli. Once you get this data, bro, you will be empowered to take action. Collect the data and analyze it. Learn from the answers and turn the answers into preventive measure for next time. Because guess what, bro? You will get another opportunity. And because your urges are saying, I'll be back soon. So you will get you will get another opportunity to practice because they will be back soon. Now here is the juice. Understand this. Physical recovery. Now here is what you were talking about earlier. You need to regain your power back. You need to eat a lot of greens, chicken breast, like protein and steak. Do not leave steak behind. After relapse, you need to eat mad amount of steak. Go to Publix, go to Kroger or wherever you shop, you get your meat at, and get you some steak and make you some steak at home. Bro, you're going to get you some protein and some nutrients, and your recovery is going to be so much faster. I'm saying your physical recovery, okay? Eat folic fruits, bananas, all berries, oranges. Yes, those are fruits that go straight to your testicles to produce new semen. You can't eat a banana and not feel your sex drive move. It's gonna move.
True.
You can't eat one orange and don't feel your sexual drive move, because those fruits go straight to your sexual drive. They go and to your sexual reproduction system. Of course, take a lot of protein, supplements, etc., and sleep a lot. Go ahead, chime in, bro. Chime in, because I know you have a lot to say about the eating part.
Yeah, I think all of those things right there are straight up life right there. Once you get it in your head to not beat yourself up mentally, okay, you had a relapse. Now you just got to be stronger for the next time. Recognize what your triggers were, take preventative measures. And when it does happen, go straight to the grocery store. Just like the grocery store is your friend in the relapse. Get all your greens, chicken breast, steak, get your eggs in there, drink you some milk. You know what I'm saying? Anything you can do to get those protein levels up, it's gonna make you feel amazing. Especially the key is if you can already be eating these things on a regular basis before your relapse will be less. Exactly. You know they say a pound of prevention. No, they say an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. If I can stop the problem before it happens, half the battle's already won. If I'm eating all these things right here that you're saying, if I incorporate these things on a regular basis, whenever I do fall off the horse and relapse, I'll be able to get back up that much quicker because these things are already being in my system.
Yeah.
So a relapse would be like almost tripping up over your feet, not falling down, but just tripping up. Keep right on walking like nothing happened.
I agree. It does make a difference. It makes a difference between, oh shit, all my joints are hurting back, all my shoulders, my back pain came back, and my knees are feeling weak. To, yeah, I kind of feel like I've lost a little bit of energy, but I'm still alright. I'm still good. Yeah, it makes a difference.
Steak, yeah, a good steak and eggs dinner and a good green smoothie. It puts you right back in the game.
The eggs, don't leave the eggs behind. I didn't put them there, but don't leave the eggs behind. You gotta. I'm gonna share with you. This is black maca roots. I take maca from the maca team, and these are the supplements that I take. I take Mega Man Performance and Vitality from GNC. This is about $50 every month. 30 packs. Of course, the packs have 6 pills. They used to have 7. Now they have 6 pills. And please don't start with, oh my God, that's so many pills to swallow. Just swallow it and get healthy, okay? Every client I've put on this, or every friend I've put on this, I've never had anything bad come back. Of course, I've been using this since 2004. It's at $50 worth every month, but this is the most complete Vita pack for men under 50 that you can find out there. Other places, you're going to have to buy several boxes to get all that you get in here, right? Several boxes out. $10 piece, $12 piece, $15. I know this is a big hit, $50 at one, but I'm going to tell you, do you like the way I sound? Do you like the way I come across? Do you like what I represent? These contribute to that.
Gosh.
As a matter of fact, I'm planning on starting doing reviews on products that help my masculinity that I've been using, that I've been recommending to my clients, but I've never recommended them, to the public. I also take ginseng daily. This is a brand new box. It still has, you see, still laminated. I have not opened it. I have one that's open. I take these have 30 vials, 30 little
plastic vials.
Yeah, little shots, and they come. I mean, I can open it. I'm not using it right now. That's for next month, but it comes with these little vials, little bottles.
Little capsules, yeah.
And then it comes with straws. There's little straws, and you just pop one in there and just slurp on it like you would do on a can of soda, on a smoothie or something, that you have no business drinking. You got to take care of your masculinity on a monthly basis. I think up to $200 go into acquiring stuff like that. And I do colon cleanse ever so often. I cleanse my colon. This is fiber. I couple that with fasting, couple that with workout, couple that with green smoothie, couple that with buying other protein drinks out there. Listen, man, I'm sitting on the dynamo.
Serious. Yeah.
That's my girl. Sometimes she wishes that, I think she wishes that I ignore her. She wishes that I didn't see her naked there. She wishes that I didn't see when she bent over. We're talking about soreness. We're talking about bruise. We're talking about unable to sit at work. That's what we're talking about. That's the level we're talking about. But you know, bro, what I love the most about this journey is the feeling of being put together in myself. That's how I can express it. Until I find a better term, that's the way I'm gonna continue expressing it. I feel like I'm put together. Please, I don't know. English is my fourth language, arguably. I feel like I'm put together, like well put together. Like all my parts have been tightened, been renewed, been customized, upgraded. I feel like I'm put together, bro. Reconfigured. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
that is the number one benefit, because you know what? I used to feel like shit. Compare that to the way I used to feel for years. Like shit.
Yeah. I feel you, brother.
I used to feel like shit for years.
Mm-hmm.
For years.
Man.
If I had to do something like this in the past, I would be full of anxiety, and afterwards I'll PMO. I was in the church as a youth pastor. Iron in the soul, and I have had the same experiences in the church. We both have a theology degree. We both started fasting, and he and I have talked several times. We have that background. So he's still pursuing his pastorship and his pastoring. I'm not. I'm more spiritual now. And as a youth leader, being on the board of directors, and you're dealing with all these women on the praise team, they look so good, and I'm jerking off, and I'm lusting after them, and I'm lost, man. I'm lost, and I of course, as a young upcoming preacher, I was being groomed. So every fifth Sunday, the month that have a fifth Sunday, I would preach. As a youth leader, the youth leader would preach. And how many months are that? 3 times in the year? Because only 3 times you have months that have 5 Sundays, right? So you would let preach. And you guarantee after that message, I couldn't wait to rush home to go jerk off, because my body couldn't take the energy, the applaud, and the accolades and the hugs afterwards. I couldn't contain that success. You understand? So you see all the success that I'm having, and all the people saying, and all the comments and everything. I just receive them like, okay, it's beautiful. Yes, I'm doing this. But back then, any little success that I had, if I had a good sales, a good transaction, a good financial transaction, 10 grand, 15, 20 grand drop. In fact, you're going to hear the second part to my PMO documentary. The first big financial transaction I had, about $20,000, and I picked up that check, and the first thought that came to my mind was, I'm getting me the best hooker my money can get tonight, which I did, bro. I did. I was 26. I should have been a millionaire by now, bro, for the amount of businesses I've been involved in, and the amount of financial transactions I've conducted, because I am that guy. I'm the natural salesman. I'm a natural talker. I will convince you. I can get business. I'm in legal business, bro. But PMO has always been the reason that I failed in the business venture. And every time I had money come in, the first thing I would do is, back then you could Craigslist. You could still get hookers of Craigslist. But that time, I got the first big check from a business transaction. I ordered some college girls. Oh yeah, the best I'd had up to that time.
Gosh.
But see, there was a deeper problem. The deeper problem was the sexual addiction. And so every time I had money, that's the first thing I did. You could see how that impacted my business.
Gosh, yes.
Anytime as a real estate agent in Florida, once that closing is done and I know my check is coming, the first thing was, let's commit a sexual sin first. It's like I had to pay tithe to the devil of sex first, the God sex first.
Dang, that's heavy, bro.
Anytime I had a little success, people were shaking my hands. It's like I couldn't wait to go home and jerk off because it was too much to hold. The success was too much. The accolades, the applause. Having 3-4 cars in front. Right? All these cars parked there are my cars, and like them, an SUV is a small sports car, and this mid-size, like it's like money's coming in. It's like, oh my God. And go and jerk off. And of course, once I jerked off, by Monday, all my businesses are going to start very low because, it's like saying, man, that weekend, that Friday, we ended the week on a high note. Nah, that was too much, man. I want to just be lethargic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Man. You overcame a lot of obstacles, brother.
You're gonna see. You're gonna watch my second part 2 to my PMO documentary. And what I do is, like I did for part 1, I played on the live here first, and then I uploaded it. I think it's only fair that guys who are regular here get to watch my story first here. And for guys who haven't seen part 1. I think this will be a good time to play it soon. So I understand this. After you have relapsed, resume all your activities and operate at your current energy level. Listen carefully. If you have relapsed and now you're feeling your energy has dropped to 60%, don't wait for it to get back to 100%, to get back to your work, to your life. Resume your activities as soon as you can and operate at whatever your energy level is. 60%, go to work, man. Drag yourself to work. Don't call out and lose that money because you're gonna feel worse. Don't skip the gym. If you can go to the gym and only walk, I don't know, 2 miles per hour on the treadmill, do it. You used to do 5, now you can do 2, do it. Now you can bench 25 as opposed to 75, do it. Because skipping it will create a bigger problem in the future. Operate at your current trapped energy level. Work out, go to work, socialize, talk to women, practice your craft, whatever that it is. Basically, get back to your life. Get back to your life. And I'm saying at your current energy level. I'm not saying that, well, David, I don't feel the same way. I know, but whatever way you're feeling right now, until your energy replenishes, until you get your greens, your phallic fruits, and your steak and your proteins, continue operating. I'm telling you, bro, remember our impact statement? Truth is, you can only make progress in your recovery one relapse at a time. If you can't learn to do this after a relapse, I guarantee you will never learn it. Because, how it's going to happen? Because truth of the matter is, you may never stop relapsing. That's truth of the matter is. Because there's not a magic pill to pop. There's not a magic wand to wave. There's not a magic potion to drink. There's none. Willpower is not enough. Make a harder decision. It's not going to make it happen. But if you take these actions, I guarantee you, I swear to you, by 4 relapses, if you do this after 4 relapses, you'll see a major change in you. If you're serious right now, you should have screenshot this already. Somebody should have screenshot every slide here, all the 24 slides. Because I spent time putting this together. That's the least I can do. It's like, at least you have a visual instead of somebody else who's gonna watch the replay is gonna see a visual as opposed to I'm just talking. And that's me anyway. Get back to your real life instead of staying lethargically waiting for the energy to get back so you can get back to your real life. No, practice doing this, because here's what happens. While you're doing this, your brain will be rewired. So your brain is gonna learn, oh, so after we relapse, we go to the gym now. So we don't skip gym no more after a relapse. Okay, fine then. That's what we'll start doing now. And your brain's gonna say, oh, so now after a relapse, we don't call out work. We go in and work. Okay, all right, cool then. Oh, now we still socialize. Oh, we still talk to women now. Okay, so we still practice our music or whatever it is that you do after a relapse. Yes.
Right.
Your brain
don't have to crawl into a hole.
You don't have to get in that fetal position. Now your brain is thinking, damn, so I guess we can relapse and still have our life together, right? Okay.
Brother, excuse me, brother. Hold on 1 second. I got something going on. Give me 1 second. 1 second. The heck this is.
I think your video is lagging too. And so I'm telling you, my brother, I've been resurrected to come and share this with you. Now, there are a lot of guys talking about this topic, and there are a few guys that I respect on this matter out here. I respect number one guys that I respect on this matter regarding semen retention is iron in the soul, and then the others follow. Okay. Because you can get this kind of information from him as well, from his own perspective. But I'm telling you, this is a scientific process that I've gone through to help me recover. My brain operates scientifically better. Like, if I can't put something in a data set and I can't collect data and analyze data, it ain't gonna work for me. I tell you, man, a lot of changes I needed to make until I took a scientific approach into the world. Like when I was in the church, until I left the church and go in the world and begin to apply. I have this little book called the Decision Book. It's how many of them? It's 50 models for strategic thinking. This book, I've had it for years to learn to make decisions. Decision making is a skill. It models, just like I have 2 books on mental models. That's your thinking models. Like if you have a situation, you take the data and you plug it into this model, and the result is sure to work. You take the result and apply it to your life.
Facts.
And so
that's how you do it.
If you follow these things, bro, I guarantee you, if after a relapse, you resume your activities at your current energy level, you'll see an improvement. Understand this. It's not the end of your world, bro, or you when you relapse. Get back up, dust yourself off, and get back to the grind and begin your next streak. And repeat as necessary until one day you have a relapse and you're like, I don't even remember that I relapsed. And that's the day I knew, oh God, oh shit, I think my brain has rewired to a satisfying level. I had a relapse and I didn't remember. I think I was thinking like, did I have a relapse recently? Oh shit, I had a relapse 4 days ago, but I'm not living like I did. It didn't register. It didn't register. I just did it and get back to real life because I had been practicing these things here. And it took me a couple of days to like, have I had a relapse recently? Oh yeah, 5 days ago. I forgot about it. Like I had it and moved on with my life.
Yep.
Okay.
That is.
So, questions, Q&A sessions, guys. Let's have some questions. If you let's have some questions, and we'll answer. If you ain't got some questions, we can actually watch. We can actually jump and watch part 1 of my documentary.
It just consumed me. It just consumed me. My name is David Hughes. I am the creator of the channel Superpower, and this is my story of how I met the devil of PMO.
God needs to be reawakened within man. He was born with power and wisdom, with a powerful spirit infused no one. But his uncontrolled desire for pleasure got the best of him.
And the time come for you to be your own man and take on the world, and you did. But somewhere along the line, you changed. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. You changed.
But I'm the best ever.
Welcome to Man's Superpower. Feel your power, bro. Looking back, I must have been 13 or 14 when that gentleman handed me that Playboy magazine. All I can remember is my world changed. Now I came from studying my schoolwork and homework and being excited about hanging out with my friends and the other kids in the neighborhood to locking myself indoors almost 24/7, being impatient at school because I couldn't wait to get home to look at that new found treasure at the time. And the images were still vivid up until a few years ago. A Playboy magazine, for those of you millennials, has still images. So back then, before movies, there used to be the magazines of still pictures. The picture would start with the man by himself, and then the scenes or the frames or the stills progressed all the way to post-action, just as you would see in a PMO movie. And together they're gonna work their ways into magically or prearranged. They meet and now they get into the act all the way to post-action. And I remember seeing so many different types of women, colors, body types, body parts types, and it just consumed me. It just consumed me. It became the thing that I now do. Of course, my school performance plummeted. My attitude
with my family members and friends changed because I now had this secretive friend, this friend that I'm now interacting with. I begin to develop this, what I call now, what we know now as a false intimacy. It just consumed me. It just consumed me. That became my friend, or was it? Or that became the devil. And that's how I met the devil of PMO, something that would crush my soul for the next 25 years.
That's heavy right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Man. Hey, congratulations to you for overcoming that thing, man.
Thank you, bro.
Congratulations.
You see the pictures at the end. The pictures get to me because they remind me of time, location, year, season, and I can plug right back to that time and feel, with every blow, my face was getting so bad, and with the lack of zinc and all the protein gone and all the nutrients, my knees always had pain, my joints, my shoulders, and my back. I had pain in 3 areas: my shoulders, my upper back, like my spine, and my knees. With each load, those areas were always in pain. And the heaviness, the confusion, the lack of direction, it's just like, it just consumed me. Yeah. And so,
feel that.
And so this is my motivation for doing this work. This is my motivation. I've had lots of comments of guys finding my channel, like that's the first channel they really connected with for this work, and is the channel that 6, 7, 8 months later that has helped them to get from day 1 to 6, 7 months later. And that's why I keep putting the content and I keep putting the lives. I have guys sitting down and watching all these 4-hour and 3-hour lives, because they get so much value in the understanding, keeps washing the brain and keep rewiring the brain. That's
wonderful.
That's what I've wanted to do, man. When I was recovering, I was like, I'm coming back to help these guys.
That's right. That's right. That's a commendable thing you're doing, brother.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
Fellas, questions. Let's send some questions. Let's go.
Yes, I do know about OJAs. We've studied, we've researched. Yes, you will be awakened. You are on 50 days, so you're not far from that. My thoughts, whatever was happening, and I woke up. Yeah, I woke up. You feel it. You feel it. You feel like you feel like it's like you've been at the bottom of a mountain trying to climb, struggling, and then you finally get on top. And you're like, I'm on top. I'm on top. Yeah, I'm actually on top. Like, I'm on top of the mountain. Like, I've woken up. I've awakened.
Mm-hmm.
And understanding about everything began to come. And that's how I've written all these journals. This is 4 journals, 6 journals. The first journal here started about April 2016 when I first Googled, somehow, whatever I Googled, and I found Nofap. The first journal here. That's 6 of them. That's another 5. That's 11.
You got a small library over.
I have another one. Well, no, that's just for the studio. My books are over there. That's just for the studio. A little thing. And then loose pieces of writings. I was an auditor at the company, and of course I couldn't bring my journal to write, and I was going through my awakening at the time. That's the context here. The context to talk about my journals and my writing is the awakening, right? That's one portion, right? That look how thick this is, and I have another set as thick.
That's goodness, yeah.
Together, they look something like this, right? That are loose pieces out. You see how thin this is, and then so many of them here. Yeah, barely can grab them. So what am I saying? When I was going through my Kundalini awakening, I was getting so many revelations. And this is when I wrote in these journals and these pieces of writing. I have been writing since, but not as much as then. It was just pouring. Like I write on paper. I don't write in the computer because there is a connection with the brain. Whenever you write with pen on paper, your brain is rewired for that thing.
Woo. Facts. Straight up facts.
So when I write a revelation down, I also inculcate it, like learn it. It becomes part of my brain because I wrote it down. So yes, you will experience an awakening. It is spiritual energy. Mm-hmm. It is spiritual. Sex energy is spiritual energy. Spiritual energy is sex energy. Because the sex energy really just concerns the body. Because we are 2 parts, it just concerns the body. Then the spiritual energy concerns our spirit. But it's the same energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same energy.
True.
So, in my awakening, I've gotten so much understanding. And these 12 journals and all these pieces of writings, let me just randomly pick one and read, right? Just randomly. This is from March 23rd, 2017. It says, The title is The Unconscious Anxiety. The unconscious is driven by emotions and is always conveying those energies as emotions. These emotions are always demanding for immediate attention and always making a call to action. I want you to understand, these are revelations I was getting through my Kundalini awakening as I was retaining, whether it's 50, 60 days in, I don't remember how many days in, but whatever. A longer streak that day in that earlier stage woke me up, and I could never go back to sleep, bro.
I can dig
March.
that.
Are we not in March? So this is 4 years even. 4 years even. So it says decision. The unconscious is always pushing for a decision right now. Listen to this. What I'm teaching you, what I'm telling you right now are things that have been revealed, that downloaded in my mind.
Got you.
I am the flow. There's no need for a decision. The decision will make itself. I am secure and safe with all situations and without having to make a decision immediately. Let go. I am okay with the universe. I am fire. I am in tune with the flow of things. I am one with all things. Self-opposition. This is from November 30th, 2016. This other piece, November 30th, 2016. Self-opposition. So really, you're fighting with yourself until you wake up and become one with the universe. When I think of an adverse reaction, opposition, it's my desire to resist myself. I don't believe that I am superior, but I act superior. I act superior. I resist myself through others. I project my negative thoughts onto others because that's how I feel internally. It's really my flesh opposing, resisting my spirit through emotions and projection externally, and projecting that externally. Then if I maintain that vibration, it becomes my reality. This flesh versus spirit, oppose each other. In everything in life, there is only flesh opposing spirit. That's another way of saying there is only mind opposing the flow of things or the universe. Imagine
some deep understanding.
Yeah, a lot of them, lots of writing, a lot of them. I woke up. I can never go back to sleep. It's impossible. You know, it's not even an option.
Yeah. Yep.
And this is why
only the people who understand that, though.
Yeah. And
once you get woke up,
this is what's waiting for you. If any one of you guys want to work with me one-on-one, you can check Patreon. I have a few tiers on Patreon. We can get coaching one-on-one, phone call every week. There is a Relapse tier. That's like a 30-minute phone call once a week. And then there's real Semen Retention tier as an hour phone call every week. And there's the Sex Energy Transmutation. That is, you take that energy and when you get inspired, you learn to transmute it in creating something. That's also an hour a week phone call, video or voice. And then follow up throughout the week, text messages follow up throughout the week. check it out. You might get in one. You know, if you need the help, the understanding, and the practices. Most importantly, the practices. Remember, willpower is not enough.
Right.
Willpower is not enough.
Oh.
And so,
Right.
I appreciate you, bro, for coming on with me again. We need to do this more often. Somebody asked for it. Somebody was like, you guys are good together. You need to get back into doing this thing together. So let's do it again. And
Definitely.
guys, if you have no questions, we're just gonna take ourselves off the air so that we can get some rest, some energy to carry on with some other life. We have things we're doing in our lives. We thank God for everything. We thank you for being on with us. We thank you for following along, those of you who did, and those of you who learned something. Thank you, Vocable NX 2.0 for stopping here for the first time. Somebody
Salute.
else stopped here for the first time. D. James Earl Jr., if you're still here. Of course, my brother, the 13 Hashem, is always here. We thank you. Of course, Boy Genius was here. He left. The some anime kid, some anime boy. Of course, we're gonna leave the best for last. My sister Gath Angelic was here. She's asleep right now, I'm sure. If I didn't call your name, please. It's not that. Desmond was here. Desmond said, I don't see anything wrong with weed right now, but I believe. Yeah, I didn't see you, Desmond. Desmond Billions. Yeah, whoa, I missed that completely. Some anime fan, or not some anime boy, some anime fan. We're gonna leave the best for last. He knows I haven't called him, so he knows we're saving him for last. Oh, Isa Azil was here. Adelios Campos was here earlier, of course, Boy Genius. John Roundtree was the first second chat. He was here. Of course, the first guy that was here, and he is also the star of the show tonight, the guy who thinks that Megan Stallion has a jerk-off booty. Mr. Philly Cheese, I saved you for last. Yeah. And if I could see that comment, say, yeah, he Megan is his boy, he's a girl. Megan is his girl.
I'm gonna be laughing about that one later on. Man.
Yeah, me too. There we go. There goes the comment. I want everybody to see that comment. There we go. You know what's interesting? What's interesting, in my old days, I probably would have had the same thought. You know, like I saw her, but that never occurred. But I would have reserved that perhaps for one of the best sessions.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. That's why I'm over there laughing, because I know me myself.
Yeah,
I was still in fapping it.
Yeah,
I would definitely be. I was getting it on with Meg.
Yeah. And guys, you know, it's not too late if you want to support me, whether super chat but preferably Cash App. There it is, $ David Rich Forever. I am rich forever in spirit, in truth, in knowledge, in soul power. David Rich forever. You can send whatever and help me
That's right.
keep productions going. And one more question, guys. Anybody has a question, a comment, a compliment, a regret, complaint? How about complaint? Let's hear it. Let's hear a complaint. I'll probably kick you off, but I'm blessed that my way, like I've been getting comments, is organic. So not much controversial, not much, because I ain't got time for that. We're just speaking the truth and we stand behind it. And controversial people do know powerful people. They know how to not to pick up controversy with a powerful individual with a deep mind. They know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they because they know you can reason things out, and they know how they won't come to you. So
That's
fellas,
right.
we're calling it a night. If you're just joining us, we've been here for a minute now. It was great to have this presentation on relapse management. We're
Yes.
about to be out. If no questions, if nobody, we had quite a few guys going through. 19 likes. That means not every guy liked. So at least 19 guys went through. If 10% of guys like, which is the what it is on my video, 10% or 20% of guys, 20% of the views like the video. So that means about 100 guys have been through here thus far, if I can continue on that math. So follow Boss at Home before we log off. In the description, you'll see his link. He's at Boss at Home, and you can go ahead and follow him. We'll see you again, maybe tomorrow, maybe in 2 or 3 days. We'll do it again by myself or with Boss at Home. Until next time, remember,
You are on the right path. You are on the right journey. The journey of self-discovery. The journey of self-love.
yeah,
The journey of self-empowerment. Stay on this journey.
until next time, namaste. Stay on, brother man.
You are on the right path. You are on the right journey. The journey of self-discovery. The journey of self-love. The journey of self